I'm ready.
We are live.
Hi, welcome to News and Nonsense. I'm Aquia Jamfi, otherwise known as Auntie AK, otherwise known as the aunties of all aunties, and I'm here with.
I am Nana, aka the Black Fairy, aka Dark and Lovely.
Hi guys, how you doing? So this is News and Nonsense, and because the world is literally going to hell, we thought you'd bring you the news our way. We'll dig through all the news and nonsense that's out there and give you our take on it. So what we're going to do, we're going to help you separate the wheat from the chaff, the sack from the crap, what you need to know from what you don't need to know. I really like that. But also, you've got to do some important things. Nana, take it away.
Okay, what we need you to do, you guys know now, you need to book the like button on entrance. So do that now, please, because that helps the algorithm. And also, you can sign up to our YouTube membership as well, and that's just $1.99. I have put the link in the chat. It is there. We had somebody actually re-up on our membership just before we started, Miss Ross. So welcome back to the
Thank you, thank you, thank
family.
you. Thanks a lot. We
Thank you,
appreciate
Miss
you.
Ross. That means a lot. Should I do roll call for who is in the chat so far?
Absolutely.
Okay, we have Bardi Gang came in bright and early. Yvonne White is here. Sora is here. Scovia is here. Waving Cat Designs. Ria Hampton. Aaliyah Shaw. Gilda. Hello, family. Look, you want people need to be a part of the Blue Circle crew because
I
they're in the chat.
It's
Howdy,
fine. We love
Ronald
you.
is here.
Hi, Ronald. How are you? Oh,
Yay! Shantae has been a member for 2 months
thank
now. Big up,
thank
big
you,
up. Thank
Shante.
you.
We appreciate you. We love you. We love you. We love you. So guys, you're in the comments. Thank you for being in the comments. We loved your engagement last week. So keep them coming. Keep chatting. Keep talking to us. Get involved in the discussion. Let us know your thoughts. And
Mm.
share some if we got time at the end, some news stories that you want us to get into. Last week was I was watching it back and I was cracking up about how it turned into a whole debate about what kind of men we date and all sorts. It was a great discussion. Thank you guys. So throw us some questions to answer. We'll maybe get into some family discussions later.
Yes, yes, yes. Some big stories to cover this week.
Yeah, there's some huge stories. Okay, so first of all, have any of you heard about Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, being declared a World Health Emergency? A lot's going on. The WHO organization, otherwise known as the World Health Organization, has declared the Mpox outbreaks in parts of Africa. They've declared a public health emergency of international concern. This outbreak has caused by a new variant of the virus, which has resulted in at least 450 deaths, primarily in the Democratic Republic of Congo, and has
Mm.
spread rapidly across Central and East Africa. The WHO is calling for a coordinated international response to prevent further spread. Apparently, Sweden has confirmed its first case of the Mpox clade 1 variant, marking the first detection of this disease outside of Africa. Apparently, the individual was infected during a trip to a region in Africa, not specified where, experienced a major outbreak, and then received medical care in Stockholm. So I don't know, the WHO chief Tedros Adhanom, I can't even say his surname, called the situation very worrying and emphasized that, again, we need a coordinated response. How do you guys feel? Because what I'm hearing on the social media streets is that Black people are pretty pissed off about this announcement and they're not feeling it. They're feeling like it's a bit of a conspiracy theory.
That
And why
it's
is it happening now?
popped up at this
Yeah,
moment in time. Yeah, because especially with it being in just the same parts of Congo, like just being in Central Africa, they're trying to lock it down. So there's been lots of claims that something was going to take place in that region. Like somehow they were going to try and lock down Africa. So it wasn't a surprise to some people. They just didn't know what it was going to be. Like maybe they were going to do Ebola again. Like
yeah.
there has been a lot of talk of they're going to do another outbreak to try and lock down Africa and
Mm.
claim stuff when that takes place because basically it's like money laundering. Like they start taking resources, they do more things when they lock down people. So that's why a lot of people are like, nah, what is this? And also, why do these outbreaks just seem to come from nowhere? It's like they just flood
Because
in.
And it's funny because I was seeing a lot of those comments, and then I'm seeing all the kind of affiliated news platforms that have got Africa strands, and they report like it's serious, guys. It's really serious. Pictures, and then I think BBC Africa. There's a few articles from African journalists speaking about this, saying, "Guys, take it seriously." And then you have people who are in Nigeria and Ghana. And I suppose I've seen West African people speaking about it, like Nigerians and Ghanaians commenting, "Well, I'm here, and nothing's happening. I'm cool." Like, I haven't seen any outbreak. Where's this outbreak? The only thing that, and this what makes it.
I didn't see this. We have a new member come in. Mobizi.
Thank you. Hi, Mobizi. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Welcome. So yeah, as we're talking about the Mpox outbreak that's been declared an international world emergency coming out of Africa. And that's the thing. The reason why, with the suspicions and the conspiracy theories and our fears of how we're being manipulated to believe one thing that might not completely be true, is that when something is serious, how then we don't necessarily take the necessary precautions because we're writing it off. And then that's where it's very difficult to know actually what do you need to do. Because my daughter is a nurse, and she was talking about the last outbreak that happened, and apparently in a hospital in West London there was one case of someone from Nigeria who had mpox, but it was treated, it was contained, and she said that you have to have real serious intimate contact with the person before you can contract it. So it's not like airborne, it's not like it's not like that
easy.
It's not that easy to contract. Now I don't know about this new strain, because and also this also feeds into this whole vaccine thing, because I saw another story where apparently there's a lack of vaccines, and as usual there's vaccines in the West but none in Africa, and then as usual then Bill Gates' name gets rolled out, and it's like, what the hell is Bill Gates doing? And I don't like the conspiracy, because then we lose out, because our people, our families back home lose out, because what's the real information, what is actually happening?
I would always go with the stance of this is probably another way to inject a whole load of Africans more than that. So this is the thing, I guess that's the double-edged sword of it. So even what you were saying, like there's vaccines in the West and there isn't in Africa. So then we all start advocating for, but why aren't there vaccines? We absolutely do not need the vaccine in Africa, because we don't know what they're going to be injected. Exactly. And it's never the same thing. It's like it's better that stays there, and people really follow through on the caution of we do not need to take anything from these people. They do not need to have injection drives. Like, that's probably how it came along in the first place anyway. They're injecting it in folks. It's like we actually just need to be really, really skeptical and fearful of when the white person comes along and is like, we have a vaccine for you.
I'm not laughing at that. I'm laughing at that because it's so super scary. I mean, we had it with COVID, the vaccine, and I didn't take it. You didn't take it. Weren't having it. I was so scared to take it, and I would be scared to take anything that they issue out if it's, I don't know.
I'm more scared to take the vaccine than to catch COVID.
Yeah,
because I don't know what the lasting things are. Like the fact that COVID came out of a flipping lab, and then you're telling me this comes out of a lab and it should be curing the thing that came out of the lab. I don't know what that incubation is and what it's going to do to me. And it may just kill me slower.
Yeah, and there are a lot of, which isn't being widely reported in the way that we need it to be reported, people with long COVID, people who have had serious health issues post-COVID, post taking the vaccine, because there are a lot, but it's like the reports are here, there, and few and far between. I had COVID really badly. It was around the time of the last Olympics. I was bedbound for like 10 days. It was bad, but I still didn't take the vaccine. I think having it, I was close to taking it because of my mum, but I thought, you know what, I actually don't. Now I've had it, I know what to expect. I know, and I caught it again when I was in Ghana, and it was a whole different, it was like a cold. But I was not taking the vaccine. It is a horrible illness. The original version was horrible. But yeah, and I think the long-term results of it, I think whenever I get a chesty cough, it is magnified. It is more intense. Yeah. And I have asthma already, but my chest is a lot worse than it ever has been. But I'm still not taking a vaccine. Still not taking a vaccine.
This is it, as Bardi Gang has just said, where was it here? Bardi Gang says, how are they claiming that this even started because I personally haven't seen anything, but it always pops up.
It's I'm trying to look through my notes. Not really any kind of clear outbreak, just an outbreak. And at least, the numbers are different. And they're also saying when you do the averages, you've got how many countries in Africa, how many hundreds of millions and billions of people are in Africa, the continent. And then you're taking like I'm not minimizing it, but it's like a couple of 100,000 people have got it. And it doesn't then break down how many people have died, how many people have recovered, how many, do you know what I mean? So it's like, what is this? What does outbreak mean? What does it actually mean?
I guess it really does come down to COVID as well, because in the same ways, the amount of people that had it and died to locking us all down worldwide, and the effects that had on how many other people flipping died from not being able to be seen properly, socialized properly, depression, all of that, it's not comparable.
No.
So they set these things up and it's just like, no, I'm not fearful of this, because all the time I think they try and, they do that one European country. It's like there's one place where it's been, and then everybody gets a bit like, oh no, it may come to our door. And it's like, you know what? Okay.
Yeah. It's not. How do you feel about it being renamed Mpox? Because monkeypox is racist.
I still call it monkeypox. Even when I saw the Mpox, I don't know, it doesn't seem to have the same run. I don't know why monkeypox was racist.
Because it came out of Africa. And like, when they call, Spanish flu
from a monkey, no? Weren't it that the first case of it was from a lab that had monkeys, and they were seeing the virus in monkeys, and then that got transferred? That's why it was monkeypox.
Yes, but because of racism and sensitivity, let's not call it because it's come out of Africa.
That's not even racism to me. The name callings of things is like they're just all symptoms of, but real racism it's not, oh, you monkey. That's okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's how I see it anyway. It's like, it's not that deep. That's not the hill I'm about to die on.
No, I
change, but
I think Mpox just, I don't know. Yeah, the grand scheme, no, but it is when they want to manipulate, and we've just recently survived the riots and people being brainwashed by the media about the nasty, dirty immigrant that's taking their jobs. So in that respect, monkeypox, giving anyone an excuse to go and target any random black immigrant that they see, say you monkey, bringing monkeypox over. That's what happened to East Asians. There was heightened attacks on East Asians when COVID came out, especially when Trump was calling it the China flu rather than calling it COVID, because he wanted to drill down and have people click on the in a racist button. So call it Mpox, just in the grand scheme of things.
Okay. That's cool. Bardi Gang is asking, do y'all personally believe that there is a true case found in Sweden? I don't know.
It's the thing. It's what we're talking about. Conspiracy makes you doubt everything.
Yes.
It's not fair, but we have to question you have to question everything. Maybe there is.
There could be. But you never know the roots of how that person that shows up in Sweden, because it's always like, oh, they were just in this place. And what was you doing there? And where do you work? What do you do? Like, it's all of those bits that I want to know more information on. And there truly could be somebody in Sweden.
Could be. Could be. Anywho, so that's that. Well, that was news. So, okay, are we calling this news or nonsense?
It's a bit of both.
It's nonsense. It's my nonsense word. It's nonsense. It is news because you've got to be alert, but it is also nonsense because you don't trust these folks out here.
No, it's that. I guess, it's a bit of both. All right, I'm going to go to, I was very surprised that you had put this on the doc. Let me find Molly May and Tommy Fury breaking up under the guise of white men cheat too. When I saw this on the doc, it made me laugh because they're Love Island stars. They probably are the two most successful people from Love Island. Like Molly May has done the most, has earned the most money, and people love them like they were couple goals. So I was a bit surprised that you had them on the dock. I
Do
was
you know
like,
why?
okay,
Do you know why I put them on the dock?
okay,
Because
what?
because it's always because there's always black men cheat, black men cheat, black men cheat, black men cheat. That's the narrative out there. Black men cheat. You got, all of that. And there is that counter conversation where black women get yourself a white chocolate man, get yourself a nice white man. They're going
That
to treat you better because you're not going to get any of those no good damn nonsense Negro men. So get yourself a nice white man. And I just wanted to throw into the psyche, into the ether, into the zeitgeist. White men cheat too. Do you know what I mean? And rich white men with considered supposedly the pretty blonde chick, she gets cheated on too. And he is, refuting the claims. He's saying he didn't cheat, all of that. But black men also say they don't cheat. And we always have those narratives, they'll protest to the end that they don't cheat. So I just wanted to throw it out there that the grass isn't always greener or whiter. So I just wanted to have that discussion. I know nothing about them. I don't care about them.
okay.
But I just wanted to put it on there.
This is them. There are claims that actually it's been known for a while that Tommy has been cheating on Molly May.
Really?
She also knew, yes. But I think it's the baitness of the cheating. It's one of those scenarios. It's like, okay, cheat well. But if girls are now sliding into her DMs and are talking about I was with Tommy last night, it's like that's super embarrassing. And now she's a new mother, and they were going to get married and have a whole reality TV show about their moving into their big house.
Were they?
Married. Yeah, it's too embarrassing, really. I think that's why she's like, I'm over it more than anything else. But yes, white men do cheat. Or is it? He's also from the traveler community, and I swear travelers are known to be cheaters as well. Like generally,
I
play away. I swear I've heard this.
want
Yeah.
anyone from the traveler community to come and shout at me because they're a whole community unto themselves. And are governed by a different set of rules that even we can't break into. So I think traveler community, if there's anyone out there, come join the conversation and explain how do you feel about the matter, because I have no information about your community or what happens out there at all. I thought what you were going to say is that from the traveler community, people aren't necessarily considered white. So then it still isn't white men cheat. It still is an ethnic cheating.
There could be that to it, but they're kind of mixed-ish. Some of them are, if they know, like the Romany ones.
Yeah.
I
don't know enough about them.
Yeah, and I don't know his lineage. I mean, he's quite dark. Like when you look at him,
he's got a bit of a spice to him as well.
Yeah. They probably are Romany, actually. Well,
I can see him. He looks a bit Greeky or something.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he has a little bit of color to him, so maybe.
Oh, black men cheat, then, isn't
it? Yvonne White says the alleged woman he got pregnant is receiving backlash on social media and being called a home wrecker. I didn't know that there was somebody that he got pregnant.
I saw that too, and I saw that something about her maybe denying it. But also, again, people in the comments, relax. You don't know the story. Like, let it land. People are so really quick to call the home wrecker. You don't even know what the situation is. Molly May has called it quits. She said what, all the things. So is it a home wrecker's fault? Is this woman a home wrecker?
No, because he is the one that he should have the loyalty to her. Yeah. Like not the woman. So I think it's always on the man.
Ooh.
What do you think?
No, read the comment and then I'll come to you.
Sylvia says, anybody can cheat. Dishonesty has no color. That black men are horrible narrative is so stupid. Precisely.
It is. That is the ownership of black men. It is stupid and it's not fair. And I don't like the way it's enhanced, even though they do cheat. In my world, they cheat. Okay, so what I was going to say is it always the fault of the man? Because yes, the man should be loyal. But if I draw the line, if a woman knows that a man has a partner, she should get some slaps too. But you just don't go to her before you go to your man, if you want to go that way. But she shouldn't be exempt from being accountable, because if it's only obviously if she knows that the man that she's sleeping with has a partner, she does have some loyalty to sisterhood and to herself, and just get out of here. You need a slap too. It's not.
I actually don't think so.
No, me and my friend, one of my best friends,
If she doesn't know her, if she doesn't know her from Adam, you've met this man like people do at work. Like, I've met this man, I fancy him. Yes, I know he has a partner. Whatever his thing is, he doesn't even have to have lied to me about the partner. But if I'm going to sleep with the dude, I'm going to sleep with him. He is the one that shouldn't be stepping out on his partner.
Of course he shouldn't.
The onus is on him. No, it's not on the other girl. It's not on the other woman.
Of course it is. This is why we have so much cheating going on, because people don't have any standards about it. Absolutely. If you're a woman who knows, or you're a person who knows the person that you want to sleep with has a partner, whether it's wife, long-term, whatever, the only way is maybe you can break it down as if it's maybe a little fuck buddy or something like that. Then it's who fucks first or fucks last wins. But from when you know the person has a partner, you know, and you choose to get into whatever situation and ride them.
They're like, a man is a man. I'm gonna sleep with him.
No, but then you have some.
Nah, man. Nah.
So then you can be like, hi guys, hi. You're going to be like, yeah, woman, it's cool. Spud you. Well done. What?
What do you mean spud her? No, she was never a friend. I don't know her. She literally was just the person that slept with the man. But the man has the onus to have loyalty, not chick.
But my point is,
it doesn't exist. Like, this fake sisterhood thing, like, they're not, it doesn't mean anything. It's either you yourself as a personal thing are like, I am not going to place myself in that shit because I deserve better. But some women, they don't even see it as I deserve better. They may be like, I don't actually want that committed scenario. Like, I just want that man. I don't have to be the main woman. So you can't argue with that chick. It's the man that's the problem.
Both are the problem. Because she should have been like, I feel a sense of connection between us. Go back to your woman and sort it out. And if it doesn't work out, I'll be here afterwards. That's how it should play out. Don't go and wreck her, because you're part of the problem. No, guys, in the comments, what do you think?
Okay, all right, I'm gonna go with Judy B says she agrees. Okay. Yvonne White says, I ain't going there.
See, sister?
Maggie says, I think let's not shift responsibility from the grown men. Self-discipline needs to be practiced by those that are in a relationship. Yes, exactly.
Maggie, hear me. I'm not. Go on, Shantae. I'll come back.
Shantae says, ultimately, it's his choice to cheat, but morally, you should also not want to be involved in that situation.
And that's my point. Don't remove, at the end of the day, I don't like when, we're speaking from a woman's perspective, I don't like when women are like, I'm going to go fight the girl because it's all the girl's fault. And then they're there saying, listening to the man's lies for why he cheated. None of that, because then they're not held accountable. But he should get a physical beatdown or a beatdown in some way, shape or form. He should be punished. But if you get a chance to see the chick, she should be punished too. I don't care. You knew he's with me. And you're too open-legged with your legs to come and get my man. No, man.
Some chicks don't care.
That's wrong.
Sora says, agreed with AK. In my opinion, she doesn't have any integrity in her, because if she was in this situation, she wouldn't like it. She wouldn't like that. But the man is more responsible for the cheating because he is the one who chose to go there.
And that's fair. Is this news or nonsense?
I mean, the fact that it made it to Sky News, I'm like, wow, who knew that these two people were that interested? Because I didn't.
Yeah, but they're Love Islanders. They're now celebrities. They're the new A-listers.
I wouldn't have put them there, but yes, I guess they are, because it was literally everywhere. So it turned into news, but it really is zero of our business. Like, really. So it's not world news at all. Like,
Absolute nonsense. I mean, for me, the fact that I even made the doc is even nonsense of myself.
Because I was like, bro.
It was just a PSA that it's not all the grass is not whiter on the other side of the, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like the narrative that sometimes falls, especially now we have these TikTok spaces and YouTube channels where you've got mixed race love and the interracial couple goals. If that's you, but not as a counter to, well, black women are shit, get yourself a white woman, or black men are shit when they cheat, get yourself a white man. I don't like that narrative. Fall in love, innit? That's it.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes, absolutely nonsense, Scovia. Nonsense. Okay, what's the next one? Where should we go next?
Wanna do the judge?
Okay, let's go to the judge. So, guys, have you heard about this United States judge who has been suspended for handcuffing a sleeping girl on a field trip? Now, this man is a black man. So Judge Kenneth King has been suspended after he handcuffed a 15-year-old girl, Eva Till, during a court field trip because of her attitude and for allegedly falling asleep during the trip. King said he wanted to show her how you are to conduct yourself in a courtroom and said, "One thing you'll learn about my courtroom is that I'm not a toy." The girl's mother, Latorea Till, questioned, "Would you want someone to treat your child like that, to belittle her in front of the whole world and her friends?" Eva's mother went on to explain that their family doesn't have a permanent home, causing Eva to be tired after a late night. "We have to bounce around currently because we don't have a permanent address. And so that particular night, we got in kind of late. And usually when she goes to work, she's up and planting trees or being active." Eva works with a nonprofit and had to be escorted out of the, not only was she escorted out, but she remained outside the courtroom for 2 hours before Judge King brought her back and criticized her for even asking her peers, even asking her peers if she should be jailed. And now King defends his actions as a deterrent. Her mum says that she's a good, responsible teen. The family is consulting with a lawyer. At the moment, he's been removed from cases for necessary training after a swift and thorough internal investigation. So I was listening to the conversation as it played out on Breakfast Club. I think Charlamagne gave them Donkey of the Day, but callers were actually calling in saying, no, kids of the day need tough love. They need tough training. And that's
what I was seeing.
Nothing wrong. So I was like, what's happening here?
I think this is the thing, though, with like racism. You always think we can all be racist because we're all brought up in the same systems. And everything he displayed was, this isn't a child. I'm treating this black girl like she is a criminal adult. And she must experience that. Although she's young, there was just no thought or care for her well-being whatsoever. And a lot of people in the comments are exactly the same. They're just presuming this is going to be a deterrent because she's going to grow up and be a criminal.
Yeah.
Like there was that instant, like, no, that she's bad. And it's like, she's tired and going through a lot of shit. But there was no way was it like her behavior was absolutely abhorrent where she should get treated like a criminal in front of her peers. Exactly. And then questioned, like, should she even come in? Like, just humiliating her. And the fact that people are like, this is okay. It's okay to humiliate other black people, and they're black as well. Again, just highlights that racism doesn't need to be just coming from white people. I think we'll carry it out as well.
I think it's anti-blackness because racism comes with the structure of power and dominance. And I suppose in that space, he is dominant. He does have power. So I get that. It's super anti-black child. And I can't imagine if my child came home and said, "Mummy, this is what happened to me." Like, and as a man, and it's as a man doing it to a young little girl, before you ask questions, before you say, even if you want to tell her off, like, are you paying attention? What's going on? The child is falling asleep. Now, how can you jump to insolence? I mean, I don't know if she had an attitude. I don't know if she was cheeky. But to me, a child falling asleep, and even common sense as an adult, if the child is falling asleep, she's super tired. So if she's cranky and has an attitude, she's super tired. So usually tiredness and attitude goes hand in hand. So no matter what, you could have taken, guys, I'm going to take a minute, have a break. I want to talk to this young lady. Go and speak to her outside. Say, what's going on? You're falling asleep. Are you okay? Do that. If you feel like she's being rude, you can tell her off, but then also maybe bring her back. I don't know how else this could be handled. I don't know where the supervisors were, but this is really horrible behavior. He damn right needs to be suspended. Damn right needs to be suspended.
Definitely. Yvonne just said he made her wear a jumpsuit.
What? This is a power trip. Imagine that.
Craziness, like the full-on humiliation ritual that girl just had to suffer on a trip.
It's a school trip. It's not even a school trip. It's a trip.
No, it was just a trip, a holiday trip. Like, you just to see how it works, and then literally you're criminalized. Like, this is actually insanity. He should actually lose his job and be stripped, because can we trust his judgment?
Yes.
As a judge, like, what type of insane, cruel behavior is this? And then how can we trust you to have a moral compass when you are judging other people's lives?
Absolutely. I don't. It's a very dangerous power trip, and it's that thing of like when Black people feel like, no, we've got to show these Black people to protect them so that they don't. It doesn't work like that. No. We have harsh sentences. We have disproportionate jail sentences. We have racism in the courts. It hasn't changed anything, because you know what the root problem is? This poor girl is living under the poverty line because her and her mum are homeless, looking for somewhere to live. That is the crux of the problem. Why, if you're going to say disproportionately Black people are in problems and get in trouble with the law, is because the racist system and the governmental structure of Western countries for immigrants or people who are, born there but not treated fairly, there's a poverty problem. There's a social problem, a social economic problem. So deal with that, Judge.
It's actually crazy, but I really think he should lose his job. Yes, as Maggie says, she's responding to Ronald, who said that he has offered to mentor the girl. He should not leave any children whatsoever. But yes, that is exactly what Maggie was saying. They need to keep this man away from her and all children. Most definitely.
Absolutely. He's a type that says pull up your pants and wear a tie and don't wear a hoodie. All that type of stuff, like criminalizing our culture.
So disappointing. But that is really horrible. And I hope that this family now, because they have had this, receive compensation.
100%.
Proper compensation, which will allow the mother to have a fixed abode for herself and her child. Like, literally, it's like, this is gross. When care needed to be applied, what did he come with? Punishment and humiliation.
So strange. Such a strange thing to do.
Madness. But while we're in this same area, or did you have another part to it?
No, I didn't. I was going to say, is it news or nonsense?
It's definitely news.
It's news.
Yes, because everybody needs to be aware of him. And if I was a criminal and I'd been sent somewhere and this was my judge, I need my case reviewed. Like, everybody should be jumping on his back. Like, let's see what we can do with this guy.
Let's dissect his cases.
Yes, definitely, because that is crazy. Yes, everybody's saying it's definitely news. It is.
100%.
Take note of his face as well. Hopefully it gets plastered everywhere.
Yeah. Wicked, man.
Spreading though, isn't it? I have seen it in a few places. They're not trying to sweep this under.
No, and this is another thing, Black man. You see how you're the poster child for nonsense? Because when white teachers do like those, they decide to go and do a slave play class and then get children to act out trading blocks and stuff like that. There's a few cases in America where that's happened, where, okay, my child came home saying we enacted slavery. Those teachers, you rarely see their faces, but you and your nonsense, which is always what happens when Black policemen, when Black people in authority take it a bit too far, they're the poster child of nonsense. And then it gets to be, well, it's not just us that's bad. It's obviously Black people are just, it's normalizing it. Yeah. So use your noggin. Don't be stupid. You're a puppet for the system, mate.
Basically. All right. So this is a warning for anybody that has had any dealings with social services, losing a child to social services. I'm about to play a video of a woman who posted this today, and she's in hospital with a newborn child. I think the child is a few days old, and a nurse has referred her to social services, and a court order was delivered, it seems to be within 24 hours to take the child. Wow. Just listen to this. It's the woman, her child, and you can't see the nurses because obviously you can't film them. She's filming herself, but just listen to actually what is being presented. It's all over Twitter at the moment. People are discussing it everywhere. Let me see. Why didn't I name this? Let me find the video.
But then I'll read the comment. Okay, you found it?
There's any good comments in there? Yes, I've got it now.
Okay, there's some comments.
Is there any comments? You can put it on.
The only black judge I saw this week was the one who locked up a white man after he kept on swearing in his courtroom. He got over a year for contempt. What was he swearing?
Oh, I love that.
Why was he swearing? Was he swearing? Did he have Tourette's? What was he swearing for, Yvonne? Okay, you ready?
No, go.
Ashante said this is going back a bit, the oxymoron of us screaming for our kids not to be seen as criminals, but criminalizing other children's behavior instead of understanding them. Exactly. Moron, heavy on the moron.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're aware, and that it's going to court for an interim care order.
Yeah.
In the meantime, baby needs to be protected while
From
we're
what?
waiting from.
Protected from what?
So
From
there's
me?
been
What, yeah, but what am I going to do to my child? Can you explain?
So in terms of the concerns,
What
there's
concerns? What are the concerns?
So baby hasn't always been able to be accessed for observations while on the ward.
I don't understand that because she's had all her observations done. You could check the red book.
So the rashes, when she's been snuffly.
No,
So
no. The rashes are heat rashes, and we have an appointment tomorrow.
I'm explaining.
But I'm explaining the appointment that you're talking about relating to the rashes is for tomorrow.
So
the
a decision
appointment.
has been made to place baby into police
But can
protection.
you please explain why? Because you're still not explaining it. You're saying that you have concerns about the rashes. What concerns do you have?
So we have concerns around co-sleeping.
Co-sleeping.
Yeah.
They've allowed me to co-sleep because they said it was fine to co-sleep because she was distressed in the cot and she keeps crying.
So she can't co-sleep. So that's one concern.
Mm-hmm.
The other concerns around when they've been wanting to access for observations, they haven't always been able to.
They have been.
So I'm not going to keep going into this, Vanessa.
That's okay, but I'm just going to, because I need to,
That's
obviously
no
I have a
problem.
voice as well.
Of course you do.
The only time they haven't been able to, obviously, do the observation is if she's sleeping or I'm sleeping, and they've been asked to come back. But she's done all her observations and everything is fine.
Okay. So I'm just explaining the reasons why. Decision has been made to place in police protection, so we're going to do that now. The easiest way to do that, and you will be allowed to have supervised contact, but that needs to be discussed with social care, okay? But at the moment, baby needs to be placed into police protection, and that needs to happen now.
So that way baby can get
She's being breastfed. How's she going to eat? She doesn't have bottle. She won't take the bottle. She's going to... No. Listen to me. Just listen to me, please. She will not take the bottle. So what you're going to be doing, you're going to be distressing a newborn baby.
But that's for them to justify. I'm afraid they are the
No, I am her mum.
The baby will be in the best place possible.
No, she's in the best place right now.
I'm afraid
The decision has been made outside.
She's with her mum. She's in the best place right now. Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Thing is, you refusing the baby to be checked out.
I have not refused the baby to be checked out.
You're refusing it now, I'm afraid.
No, I'm not. I'm not refusing to. No, she's saying she's taking my baby. I'm refusing. I'm not refusing. What I'm saying, I've got an appointment tomorrow for that. That's why I'm saying I don't understand where all of this is coming from.
If your best concern is for your child, you want your child to be given the best care right now.
No, because they said to me it only looks like a heat rash, so they said they're gonna let it go, see if it goes, and it has been going. They've been coming and checking every day, and they said to me it's been going away.
I know, but it's a bloody hard watch. So basically, from what I can gather, this is her name is Beth. She's an advocate, and she kind of goes lives with things that are going on with social services because her grandchildren got taken. I think this was maybe 3 years ago.
Oh, is that the same woman?
Black woman, dark skin, glasses. Have you seen her before? Her grandkids got taken. She has since, her grandkids have been given back, and now she tries to help other people who have suffered similar fates with social services. So this woman in the video, the mother, got in contact with Beth and sent her the video and was like, I just need some help from Black women. I don't know what to do. I don't know if I need a lawyer, but they have actually taken the child. So the child was taken from her after the The police are there as well, and the nurse. So the baby goes. This, I think, may have been yesterday or something. She has tried. There's been an update since. She has tried to go to King's College, like you could hear the nurse say that you are going to have supervised contact. They are now saying, because it's on social media, that they feel that she could be a threat to the staff. So now they're not allowing her to actually go to the hospital to feed her child. Now, this is all, and there were so many people on this live that had exactly the same thing happen to them. One woman, she hasn't been able to have her child back. She was like, it's like 2 years. She's still fighting for her baby. Yes, still fighting for her baby. Baby was taken while she was in hospital. 2 days, very similar. Like literally, I've just been listening to testimonial after testimonial of women in this country, lots of them. So it's not even just Black people. They're doing it to immigrants, and they're doing it to poor white women as well. They're taking them while they're in hospital, or the midwife services are like, yeah, no, the mother's not being responsive to me checking over her and the baby, and they do a referral, and immediately it's like it goes into police protection. We're taking the child. Now, if you can't prove yourself that you can look after your kid or whatever it is that they're after, they are fostering out the child and then they're putting them up for adoption. What's all that displaying? This is literally a business. Social services get money when they take kids. The borough gets money as well because it's deemed as like special care. We need to do special measures. And then the foster family gets paid. So it's really turning into an industry, and it's flipping scary. Because what did they say that she had done? You're co-sleeping. I co-slept with my babies.
I co-slept with my daughter.
She has a rash. Both of my boys had heat rash. I get heat rash.
Milk, and you get milk rash as well. They get milk rash. Newborn babies get all the things.
Straight away. They're seeing it all over the place.
I'm waiting to hear neglect. I'm waiting to see and she was so calm.
She wasn't railing up. She wasn't getting vexed. She was literally suppressing everything as a new mother to just be able to convey, I'm not a threat to my child. There was nothing in there, but I'm like, what? None of those reasons should the police even be there. Unless it's literally like you are stealing people's kids. Because how can you talk about, she's in hospital, for God's sake. What can she do? You'd literally just observe her. How can you avoid observation when you're on a ward? Like it's actually mental.
You know, I can't speak because I don't know what to say. I actually wish my daughter was here because she's a nurse. I'd love to know her, what she thinks of this and how this happened.
It's flipping crazy. So the social media on TikTok, she's called like Beth 001. If you put in Beth 01 or King's College baby snatching, something like that, like it's gone proper super viral. Like people are sharing it all over the place. It's
not coming up though. It's really interesting. Wonder if they're like trying to minimize. Because I'm
interesting. It was a few hours ago I was watching her. She was live for like 2 hours, like discussing it, and then the update came through. Like the mother actually sent her an update while she was live to say, I've tried to go to the hospital, and now they're saying because it's being blown up on social media, I'm not allowed in. So she, like other people, was advising like literally what she needs to do
and
how to get in touch with advocacy services.
Guys, in the comments, if you've got access to it's easy to access the internet, can you just Google this, please, and see what's coming up? Because I'm getting nothing. Baby snatch, King's College, Beth, nothing. It's just
no, TikTok, not Google.
No, I'm saying Googling because it should come up. It would, because normally when you do that,
I find Google super unreliable these days, and very much in line with what they want you to see. But because that's why they want to shut down TikTok, is because it is a bit of a law unto itself, because you can just search lots of different things that you can't really find on Google. I always seem to go to TikTok first. That is always my source to go.
No, that's really because I'm by default, because like I'm always Googling first, and you will always get TikTok videos. You'll get all the videos suggested, even if it's a remote. This is very what it's just. I'm just
a court order to restrict reporting media. Yeah, I think so.
say that again.
So, Ashes to Ashes says they would probably get a court order to restrict reporting and media.
Yeah, probably. But then how do you make this? Oh my gosh.
But you see, even when she was saying like she's breastfeeding, you could hear the person in the background being like, no, we'll feed her. We'll get her to take a bottle. Like literally.
And after all that, usually all the talking about if you don't get your baby to latch and you're not breastfeeding, they will say that's neglect as well.
Yes. Let me see. I think we were actually even tagged on it when I saw it.
I don't see.
That's literally how I saw it through TikTok. I think one of our many people that tag us in lots of things, which I truly appreciate, you guys, when you bring stories to us.
I can't find it in TikTok either. No.
Hang on,
so maybe it's just my algorithm's not having it.
I'll get her actual name. Okay, here we go. It is at Beth BETH .052. That's her actual TikTok address, and you'll be able to see.
Okay.
Yeah, you got her. You'll be able. So it's pinned now. She's pinned the video that was first sent to her. You can't save lives on TikTok, which is really annoying. So hopefully there was somebody screen recording the live, because it was brilliant. It was just such a minefield of information and just trying to get people to actually understand that this is going on. It's a real problem, and putting out lots of services for if you are pregnant at this moment in time, and maybe you've had dealings with social services in your past, to just think about getting a doula to be there as an advocate for you. Because
you need people in the room.
Yeah.
And because that's what I was thinking, is like, what's her background? Where's she from? Is she on her own? Is she, because there's the ease, as you said, you're working class, you don't know your rights, you're a young mum, especially those who maybe have been in the care system themselves or haven't got the support system. You just come in and you're on your own. You need to have people around you.
Yeah.
Because even if let's say worst case scenario, there is some stuff that's going on with her, that this in whatever, I don't know how this can be justified, have someone that can advocate for you. And just, I know it's hard, because if you don't have that, what can you do? Where do you get that from?
It was just too many people with a similar story. It was crazy. And then even Beth herself, if you scroll down her page, when you guys get into going onto her TikTok, you'll see her story of when her grandkids got taken.
Yeah,
she's of sound mind. They're not a poor family. They own houses, and they literally took the kids.
What was their reason?
They can have them. That was it was deemed that her daughter was having a mental break, and it was just like, and now we're taking the kids. And it was only for her fighting properly, like literally getting people involved, that the children were returned. But now if she wasn't there and it's just her daughter, and you're just emotionally weak, it's not even that you're having a break where it's like you're a threat to them. You may just be struggling mentally at that moment in time, and you don't have anybody around you to be a huge support, like fight this. They'll take your kids.
Yeah.
It's super scary. It is like, okay, this is wild now, because for co-sleeping with your baby can be deemed as like, I'm going to take your child, is wild.
The reasons are weak. I wonder what hospital. Oh, King's College. Sorry, King's College.
Yeah.
I don't have the words, because I'm just so horrified, and I'm just thinking about when my daughter has a child. But there's no way she'll be by herself. But she's blessed to have me. She'll be blessed to have her partner there. She'll be blessed to have my mum. She'll be blessed to have a unit around her. But even then, do you know what it is? It's even that there's that element where they will move the goalposts. Mm-hmm. So it could be like you've got too many people in the room. You're a threat to your family's too loud. You're a threat to. Do you know what I mean? They could move the goalposts. That anything could be. Oh, your mum's a public figure. Oh, you know what I mean? Like, you don't even know when they feel like it, they move the goalposts.
Yeah.
And their law is just their law. Way too scary, man.
This is what a lot of people were actually saying, especially when you come into contact with social services and then they're writing reports, and you may just be talking. There was one woman, and she was kind of like talking to herself through a process. So we don't know why her child had been placed in social services, but she was saying she had supervised contact, and her son was starting school.
Yeah.
So she was just thinking of like actually the clothes that he has in the foster home that he's with. It's like they're old clothes now. Like she hasn't bought anything, and he still looked like he was in the clothes that he went there with. So she was saying to herself, yeah, I've got to get him clothes because he can't go to school looking like a tramp.
Yeah.
Social services writes that like she's ranting to herself, calling her child a tramp. So they wanted to reduce the contact that she had. And it's like just that small interacting. Then she had to fight to prove I was literally just ranting to myself about it. I'm not abusing my son, but that's how it was written down. Like she is abusing him. Like she was literally calling him a tramp. And it's those types of things. It's like, actually, so maybe you have to record everything. You also have to tell them that you're recording, but you can't share it with anybody that you've recorded until you go to court with it. There was just so many different things. It's like, oh my God, this is hell.
And to be fair, going to have a baby, you shouldn't have to be clued up as a lawyer at the same time. Do you know what I mean? You think you're placing your trust in the services that's provided for you. You're going to go and have your baby and then come home with your child. Why do you have to now make sure that you've got all these things, do super spy behavior just in case? Why should you? And that's an added layer of stress now when this is a very stressful, dangerous moment. They would. Let's get Yvonne's comment.
Yvonne saying, they tried that with my daughter and told her 3 people was too many at her bedside. Meanwhile, the white lady across the way had a bag of people all in her bed space.
Yeah, they try that a lot because I mean they didn't do that to me. I was blessed because I had 3 friends and my mum and my sister in the room when I had my daughter, and we weren't coming out. No one was coming out. So, you know, they do try it. They do try and play favorites.
It's actually just really scary though, but it is that thing of you do definitely need an advocate there. And again, because she's on a ward, she's alone. I can't even imagine the fear. Just like your newborn child, you're breastfeeding, you're vulnerable yourself. Like literally, these people coming along and being like, we're going to take her for her own protection. And then to gaslight her to her face, like, is this not the best thing for your baby? If you want the best,
and if you want the best, and she's like, and it's that the way they trip you up. It's like you're being interrogated in a jail cell, like in an interrogation room when you've been arrested for a crime. She's not been arrested. She's on. I don't know if she's at home. She's in the hospital. She's in the hospital.
Yeah, she's in the hospital.
In the hospital bed, and you're interrogating her, trying to trip her up. So then she's stumbling over her words, making herself sound guilty when she's not even doing anything wrong. I can't. Absolutely.
And actually asking, why do you have this protective order? And that's fair for her to be like,
where did this come from? And also, that's too much power again in someone who's supposed to be, a social worker, a health visitor who has a bad day. Like, do you know what? I don't, or even to the point where you can have a disagreement. The health visitor or the whatever might say, don't hold the baby this way. You're like, my mum's held the babies this way all my life, so this is how I'm going to do it. And then now that's a bone of contention, and now you're abusing your child.
Precisely.
No, guys, this is big news. Big news.
It's crazy.
And wherever you can, be in the room for somebody. Even I don't even know. There should be like a service where sign up service where you free, I don't know if they still do it. Like you have a service where you just go and visit people in hospital, like old people in hospital. You go and visit them, you spend time with them. There should actually be a service where if you're free and someone needs someone to support them in a hospital procedure or her giving birth, sign up, and this is what the service should be. There should be some sort of service.
Really yeah, something. I mean, there were so many people throwing around ideas of like an organization.
Yeah.
Either the 5 times lady, like 5 times organization on Black maternal health.
Okay.
Like maybe this is another arm that they actually kind of get involved in as well, because it's one thing that we're 5 times more likely to die, but also then what's the stats on how likely you are to even lose your child for them
And
to take your child? Like, what else can we do to help more? Like, what can we actually do to highlight this and get involved really to help?
and there is a disproportion of kids, black children represented in care
Yes.
because they do judge the way we look after our kids, and they are more heavy-handed, and they do make more assumptions where white families can go on the radar for a lot longer.
Yes.
And look, we've seen it in the newspapers where sometimes baby P, like families get away with stuff for so long, and even though the families are checking on them, visiting them, and raising concerns on white families, but yet the punishment, or they get a longer rope to where the child usually could end up worse off. But yet, any little thing with a black family, then it's like, oh, social services are called in. And we have to think about the black market. We have to think about trafficking. We have to think about the lack of some countries not being able to produce babies the way that they want the numbers to be. Their numbers are depleting. We have to think about all of these things. And again, as black people, that extra layer of suspicion all the time. We can't relax. They wonder why we're crazy.
Destiny Love says, me having my conspiracy hat on, I'm thinking this is deeper than what it is. Once these people do blood tests, the baby might be of value to the higher ups. Just saying.
Listen.
Definitely.
It's so, and we're not far off, to be fair. We're getting closer and closer to the we are in the I can't say the word technological age. We are in the age of AI. We are in this age where the superpowers are trying to find ways to control us even more.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to, it's like, you get your sci-fi, dust off your sci-fi books, take out your sci-fi videos, all that type of stuff. You've got to take sci-fi seriously and fantasy, because there is some stuff in it that sounds outlandish, but there's seeds. The arts, creative arts, there's seeds in our arts, I'm telling you.
Definitely. There's truth tellers that are actually like out here knowing, because it's too, as I've said before, like the amount of blood that they take from you when you're pregnant is crazy. And literally, like, to the point where I stopped going to the last few appointments. It's like, why are you taking this blood and I never get the results? Why is it vials of my blood is going all the time? Like, what are you actually doing? That, again, you have a child in hospital, unless you have an advocate there, they are going to keep your placenta. What are they doing? And now you want to start taking kids. Like,
and even the thing, I think over here in the UK, you cannot just get your blood type. And the only time you can actively know your blood type is if you are pregnant.
Oh, right? Yeah, no, you can't do it on the NHS.
I swear, like, you can't just ask.
No, you can't do it on the NHS. You've got to pay. If you want to just be like, oh, what is my blood type?
You can't know. How can you not know your blood type? Why? Because it's not something that's in my, because I forget what I think I'm AB. I can't remember. Honestly, in my brain, I can't remember. But I remember a friend of mine, he was doing his health regime according to his blood type. So sometimes you can sort out your diet according to what your blood says. And I wanted to do the test, and I was like, he's like, just go to your doctors. And I was like, I'm not private, I'm NHS. So, and I asked my doctor, and they're like, no. How can I not? My body.
It ain't yours, basically. It's what they're saying. Because
your number. I actually didn't know that your prison number is a number that you're assigned at birth, right?
Is it?
Is that right? Let me not lie.
Would that be on your birth certificate or your number?
Something like that.
Because I think when you're born in a hospital, you get that NHS number. No, that goes along with you, is why some people don't want to do that.
There's something about the number. I can't remember. There's something
for you. Exactly. If that damn woman says the decision has been made one more time, I was literally like, how can you be talking to somebody who you're trying to take their kid like they are being a menace? Like, it's just the most, the tone and everything. I was like, this is off,
because this is off. It's like, you know, like Supercell, when I don't spoiler, guys, if you haven't watched it, I beg you get up to speed. When the guys from the kind of the sickle cell health unit, that they're saying, yes, you know, we're going to help you. Always a saccharine sweet, but knowing that they're sticking the needle in and they're planning to get you. All right. And I think I could hear an ethnic voice. One of the people off camera sounded like she didn't sound like she had enough power. like, oh no, we're going to take the baby, but then there's someone else that it sounds like a Caucasian voice that's speaking with authority. The doctor sounds. I mean, I'm just going by voices.
I think the main one is a nurse. From what I'm saying, and then there's a police officer there and a social worker there as well. I think the social worker was the smaller voice, but I think the nurse is the one that she's actually had interactions with. There was lots of speculations because there was a nurse that was doing similar in Scotland who had now they believe that the person is in London somewhere and could be doing the same, but was placing a lot of Scottish babies in social services, and that came out and it was in the papers. So there's people talking about this has been going on. Like, there are nurses complicit in this. There are social workers who do the same. There are boroughs that encourage it with social teams because then they get more money from the government. It was literally like, okay, so we're back here again in some fashion of some type of farming of children. You're placing them around and you're putting them in foster care and then you're putting them into adoption. Like, we have to look into this. The British are known for this shit as well. They did it in Australia. They did it in Canada. They did it in South Africa. They're known for doing this.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This is a full news, guys. Just be super, super aware. This is big news.
It's crazy, isn't it? I've literally had my mouth open today. Like, wow. Because again, we usually hear of these things, but to have the mother actually filming it and say you can hear the tone of these people took her baby, it's wild.
All right, I'm gonna move on to something that is similar but not similar. It's a bit more lighthearted, but it's not, because actually this is another thing about. Do you want to finish? Are there any comments?
A couple of people in there did get their kids back. There was one woman who was still fighting, and this is 2 years on. So her baby is still in foster care and she's hoping to get her child back because, again, lots of people were saying sometimes they try and do it like in year 3 to put the child up for adoption. So she was getting a lot of help, but she was known to social services as a teenager. So there was that warning, like if you've had dealings, it's like you could be on a list somehow, like it may pop up. So if you've been vulnerable or you know of people that have been vulnerable, to be an advocate for them or at least recommend that they get a doula to be with them when they're giving birth.
I think, they say we all need therapy. But there was something, because I went for a moment, I was like, okay, let me try it out. And I went on I don't know what app it was. So I found a therapist. But then something about it, I did one session, and to be fair, I did one session in that one session that I was like, oh shit, this is real. But even though it's become a thing where everyone gets therapy, having my deepest, darkest thoughts through an app with someone I don't really know, that I haven't really chosen myself. I've kind of picked a name that kind of looks good. I've signed, I think it was through BetterHelp. And I'm not, again, this is not an indictment on BetterHelp. This is not an indictment on therapy. I'm not saying anything, but I'm just saying how I felt something uncomfortable. I've always felt a bit reluctant to have my innermost thoughts and fears sit with someone that I don't know. I don't know how, because I definitely want to try therapy, but I don't know about the procedure of finding it through an online service. And then I don't know, I feel, yes, going into a room, seeing someone as a human, it doesn't make any difference because the notes are still noted and it still goes into a system. But there's something in the process now that has become a lot more easy, feeding into this thing. I don't know. There's something in it that makes me feel uncomfortable.
No, I absolutely understand what you're saying, and actually thinking of BetterHelp and the commercialization of therapy,
that's
the ease that they do it, where even you could have a therapy session through text messaging. That does feel a lot like data mining.
Yes,
and they do this. And so if you did want to get a whole breast of what's going on, deepest, darkest secrets, also anxieties in people. Like, there's a lot of data that you would be able to get on the human state at this moment in time because of therapy. Definitely.
That's the part.
And how much money do they have? They advertise everywhere
all the time. And it's not just better, there are other, it's not just better help. I'm really not.
As a big one that actually around the world people would be able to say that's an online therapy service because they have done so much brand awareness.
That's the biggest one. Again, I'm stressing. I'm not saying it's just, I'm not even saying there's anything wrong with BetterHelp, because people have done BetterHelp and it's been good for them. I'm not saying anything against it. And therapy, if you need it, get it. I need it. I want to get it. But where to get it from and how to get it,
it's a method,
take my time. And even I might even use it again, but it's just, that's one of my fears. It's the same fear as entering my data into the internet. Same fear as having my blood test. Like, where is my blood now? Like, you know. So, as I was saying, speaking of signing your rights away and then losing your rights without realizing, have you guys seen the story? Disney says a man can't sue over his wife's death because he agreed to the Disney Plus terms of services. So Disney is seeking to dismiss a wrongful death lawsuit by invoking an arbitration clause from Disney Plus terms of service, arguing that the terms should apply to the case. Piccolo, the guy's called Piccolo, I don't know what his first name is. Piccolo signed up for Disney Plus, right? And so, me and my notes are so terrible. Something about his wife passed away at a restaurant at Disney. I think that's what it was. Let me open this link.
What? So his wife died?
One second.
At Disneyland.
Yes. So, sorry, I thought I put my notes in properly. Let me do this properly, right? So, after a doctor suffered a fatal allergic reaction at a Disney World restaurant, Disney is trying to get her widower's wrongful death lawsuit tossed out by pointing to the fine print of a Disney Plus trial he signed up 4 years earlier. Do you understand this is what I'm talking about?
Hang on. It's a trial. He weren't even that. Okay.
But you sign up for all the trials. Jeffrey Piccolo is his name, is representing the estate of his late wife, Kanokporn Tangswan, a doctor at New York's NYU Langone Hospital, who died of an allergic reaction while visiting the Florida resort in October. Right? They went to dinner at a restaurant located within the Disney Springs complex, and then she had an allergic reaction.
Allergic reaction to something that she's eaten. Okay.
So basically, the way to return with food, some of the items did not have allergen-free flags. She ate food that wasn't alerted, that, whatever. She died as a result, right? Now, all that stuff went left. Piccolo filed a lawsuit in February against Raglan Road Irish Pub at Walt Disney Parks, accusing both companies of negligence for preparing Tangswan's food improperly and for failing to train their employees to guarantee food was made allergen-free as requested. He's only seeking 50 grand in damages. Disney says the case should be handled out of court because Piccolo created a streaming account. At the moment, Disney Parks nor its lawyer has responded to requests for comment. They have fought back in legal findings.
So what the hell is in the fine print?
The reason it says Piccolo must be compelled to arbitrate, a clause in the terms and conditions he signed off on when he created a Disney Plus account for a month-long trial in 2019. Those terms of use, which users must acknowledge to create an account, state that any dispute between you and us, except for small claims, is subject to a class action waiver and must be resolved by individual binding arbitration. It says Piccolo agreed to similar language when purchasing park tickets online in September 2023. Whether he actually read the fine print at any point is immaterial. Guys.
That's wild.
Guys.
But I can't sue them properly.
Guys.
Because I have Disney Plus.
I have all the things. So when they know nobody reads the fine print.
No, unless you read the top paragraph. I just scroll.
I have an ex who's a super geek. He will read. That's what you need. This when you need a geek. Geeks come in handy. You need someone that is going to be that anal to read, because it's fine print upon fine print upon fine print.
But okay, so
it's Disney Plus, watching TV.
I would never have thought that would even be in the fine print. that we can't have a dispute over something. That's wild. That's a wild thing to even have in the fine print because it's Disney Plus.
Not a restaurant where not at Disney, Disneyland, Disney Parks, Disney Springs. This is in this case, not in the physical sense. I eat something. You guys served me something that allegedly wasn't prepared properly. Once you were aware that I've got allergies, my partner passes away as a result. And you're telling me I can't sue? It's 50 grand.
It's not even.
Disney is a multi-billion. It's not even. It's 50 grand. But if he wins, obviously, if he wins and it goes, that means there's a bunch of people can go nuts.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're trying to nip that in the bud. That's what they said. Settle it out of court. If he settles out of court, then they can do all the NDAs and all that stuff. Then he just takes his money and goes. And it could be like he could even get more. He could even get more. So this is what they'll allegedly, from what other things I've seen on TV. Let's go there. Or John Grisham books I've read. They'll keep the family wrapped up. They'll keep them wrapped up in litigation and tire them out, wear them down. So in the end, he's like, do you know what? F it. I'll settle out of court. I'll sign what you want. I'll take a couple millions and that's it.
Aaliyah, bless you. Aaliyah has come up with the best solution for those of us who love ChatGPT. Yes. She says, I would say put the terms and conditions in ChatGPT and ask ChatGPT important questions to help in future now.
It's absolutely right.
Definitely.
Do you know what?
I can't read all of that shit, but for most things, I am signed up to.
It does say, I do remember saying, I have seen, I think Ronald, you're right, Ronald, a lot of contracts require you to agree to settle disputes through arbitration. You do see that, but you think it's according to this thing. Yeah, so more than likely, am I going to sue Disney Plus because I didn't get my I didn't get to watch The Bear season 3 on time? I'm probably not. I'm just probably cancel my thing or argue and maybe get Disney Plus for free. I'm not thinking it applies to if I go to Disneyland, Florida, something goes wrong, I then can't sue.
Yeah, I wouldn't even connect the two entities. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Wow. Well, I mean, I really hope he gets something, because the thing with allergies as well is it's like that. You know, there's that black girl recently. I think it was in the news.
Costa, she died.
Same, like literally, it's like they don't take it serious when you say I'm allergic. Literally, I'm allergic to this, or you ask for don't put milk. I need soya milk, and the person ain't paying attention, and they put milk in. You have to pay. That is somebody's life. Like, you've got to take it serious.
I don't want to say luckily, because the young girl's mum, she did get her compensation, and Costa were found liable. Because if you guys don't know the story, she was 13 years old, and they asked, and the mum said that she's very nitpicky. She's very fussy about it. Make sure the club is clean. Make sure. And then the Costa employee argued that they did, and it was misunderstanding. They tried to say it was a miscommunication. Hell no. You didn't have
when I was super allergic to eggs for those few years, which was so random, you don't want to, and I just would throw up violently. You don't want to do that. Like, literally, so you're going to be super aware of everything. Like, I'm not going to eat anything where it could have, it's even associated with an egg. Like, just maybe it was cooked in the same place. You're not going to do that because you don't want to throw up. And she knows she's that allergic to milk. She ain't gonna be like, oh, you'll know your allergies.
Okay. And even it's because my daughter is allergic to pistachio nuts and cashews, and it's airborne. Luckily, she's not. Again, you never know, because also your body changes, because we never knew she was allergic to cashew nuts and pistachios. They're my two favorite nuts, and sometimes, because I know that it's not a fatal allergy, sometimes I cheat. And then sometimes she can come home and like, Mum, have you eaten? I can smell them. And because her senses are heightened. So she can either smell them a mile off, or if someone's, because at work, you've got to clean the countertops. You cannot bring nuts in. So if people are like, don't take it seriously, not just at her workplace, I'm just saying in general, if she gets on the plane, she'll come up in hives. She will come up in hives. It's airborne for her. So oh my God, this is
It's actually like it's super scary. That wow.
This is big news, guys. So check your yes, go into Chat GPT. If you can't read it, because no one does, find yourself a geek partner that enjoys these things for free. Because also, do you know, there's another thing I did learn from my partner as well, from my ex, was, you know, when you go to a website and it says reject cookies, accept cookies, all that type of stuff. Religiously, I will, wherever I can, I will deny the cookies. I will reject, and if you've got to take them off, I will reject them, because I was sick and tired of getting every advert thrown at me the minute I go somewhere. And that's what the cookies are. They follow you, and if you, they follow you. However, the new thing is I'm seeing now with publications, you have to pay to get rid of your cookies now. The Daily Mail started doing it. The Sun, the Mirror, the Guardian's not doing it yet. And there's a few sites, the Independent. There are a few, because I'm a journalist, so when I'm doing my research, these things come up. The cookies now, you have to pay to reject cookies or accept them following you and getting your data. That's a new thing. If you want to try it, go to Gmail now and see if you want to open an article. You don't have to open it, because it gives you the choice. Pay to have your cookies gone.
That's why. I mean, I haven't been onto the Daily Mail for a very long time.
But it's
more
just,
often, if I need something, I get it from the Image. So if I know there's an article there, I will just take the image, screenshot it.
I look around.
Go to the old TikToky.
I look around, but this publications are doing it now. So it's not just going to be the Mail. It's going to be, people are following suit. The Metro does it.
And how much are they asking for you to pay?
Let's have a look. I can't remember, because I was horrified. I was like, you guys are taking the mickey.
Always do the reject thing. If it's there, or even when it's like you got to click in,
I'll do that.
I will do all of that.
Do that.
It's annoying. The cookies are. It's just and also, you know, those cookies, you can see more bits. Like, you know, that they'll have more trackers on, so they're gonna be finding out where you're going as well. It's just too much. So I actually don't need you sitting on my computer.
Oh wait, actually, the Independent's not come up yet, so that's not there. That's interesting. Maybe they hear me. Daily Mail. So what really happened between Molly and May? Let's have a look. Okay, it says purchase a Mail Essentials subscription to view Mail online without personalized ads. So if I click on purchase, view Mail with personalized ads, or Mail, it's $2.70 per month.
Piss off. Okay.
Yeah, and if you don't want
everybody wants some flipping subscription out of you.
Because to be fair, I'm a journalist. I have a media platform. I'm definitely exploring how to do a subscription, because advertising's down, because of the rise of social media, and everyone's their own journalist, as it were. The core real journalists, in quotes, who are reporting the news, that's their job. It is a problem. After we've lost print media, it's not as strong. So online is the next space, but because it's kind of like open borders right now, and everyone's getting their news from where they want to get their news, platforms are struggling. So I'm part of it. I need to look at how to monetize in a way that's not just dependent on ads and clicks. So everyone is looking at the subscription model, and they're keeping it low. So like £3 a month, you're not going to think about that. That's not so bad if you're getting the news that you want. So I think it's a fair trade-off. But it's the way that you're doing to say that if you don't want us to mine your data, you got to pay. Just subscribe, because Guardian has this kind of like support us, because we want to give you. So there's ways of doing it.
It doesn't actually. I know everybody's doing it, but everybody does everything until everyone gets sick of it. It's like, it's not the smartest way to actually, because people will do it for a time. You want longevity with it. We've just got too much of everything. So if everybody does it, you are going to be like, no. And then you hone back in to certain factors, in the same way everybody wanted to do their subscriptions, like TV wise, and now they're being like, we can't do it, we got to band together. So then you're going to have cluster companies. That's how it's going to go, because we can't every day flipping £3 comes out, and you're like, what did I even sign up for?
But that is why the mainstream platforms will always in the end win, because you got the Daily Mail it's not going anywhere, and because of its following, they are going to get the subscriptions, but maybe the newspapers, the smaller newspapers, are going to struggle. So that's why we've got, like, I think what's the prediction of the years? Soon we're going to have 4 streamers. We're going to go back to like back in the day. Those of us who were old enough to remember, we only had 4 channels,
Mhm.
It's going in the streamers world. It's going to be probably just Apple, Netflix, Disney, and Amazon. We're going to go down. So all the channels that thought, okay, we're going to do subscriptions, it's not going to work.
Yeah.
So that's why we're having all these mergers, and soon it's going to be one bundle package and back to being like a cable.
It'll be like the super bumpers of cable.
Yeah,
all of it, and then it will all go back in.
Yeah.
Basically, everybody tried their thing in it. It was
Yeah.
like, oh my god, there's a whole lot of money going, and then they
Yeah.
tried it, and then it ends because you do the trial. You may do 2-3 months, and then you're like, actually, I haven't watched anything since that season that got me to pay for it. And then they go again, and round we go.
And then,
Independence. I actually think the being conscious of where your money goes is so important.
that
And I
part.
subscribe to independent creators who I like what they're doing, and I want them to do more, and I want them to win. That's where I think if we can all get into being like conscious spenders, that actually, okay, what's edifying me, what is building up my community, and then I am supporting their community and their family. It's that close.
That's the way it should be, because then because it's about personalization. When I used to work at the BBC in multimedia department, it was called the Internet of Things, where the internet becomes your world, and it's all the things that make sense to you. And it was a term, and I never really fully understood it whilst I was working there. But I was like, yeah, the Internet of Things of like, what is your thing? Everything's about your world, what makes sense to you, who you want to empower, who you want to get behind, whose voice represents your voice. That's the thing. Because these big conglomerates, some of them are serving us, and a lot of them aren't. And it's unfortunate we have to even be on their platforms to get the message out. But
I know it's flipping annoying. It's annoying. Yeah. I mean, this is it. Netflix are really trying it with me because we cast a lot everywhere. Like cast from my phone, cast from the laptop to the TV. And Netflix now, if you're on the basic, you can't cast. So you need to pay $10
really?
in order to cast. And it's like, yeah, it was that thing of, okay, so we're cutting it down. Your basic is going to be less, but it's basic. You can't share anything. And they didn't say, and you also won't be able to cast. It's like, okay, so I'm really now thinking, am I going to give them £6 more?
So it'll be
$10.99.
I don't even know how much I'm paying. I know I'm paying something, but that's the thing. I'm paying for Netflix. I'm on my thank God for relationships. My daughter's situation, ex-boyfriend's Disney. I'm on someone else's. Oh, am I exposing myself? All the things I'm on. I don't even know. I'm allowed.
Yes. Sora says Disney Plus has started with ads too.
And Amazon. You got ads on Amazon Prime now. And the frustrating thing is like, I just want to watch the thing. And then the adverts are on. For so many years, we've been able to, from when we had Sky Plus, when you got Sky Plus, remember that was a big thing. Yeah. You could fast forward through ads.
Yeah.
Now they know that no one cares about ads. They're forcing you into ad space.
You know what they're going to start doing on Insta? This is being rolled out.
That was the story, yeah.
Yes, you are literally going to have to watch an ad
before scrolling.
Before a reel.
Yeah.
Like it's like, and you're not going to be able to skip. You're not.
Yeah, you can't.
They're going to play you the ad, and then you'll get the reel.
Yeah.
And they're also considering stopping at points in a reel and giving an ad and carrying it on. And it's just like, oh my God, this is crazy. Are you going to give people money though?
The thing is, it's like, and the annoying thing is human beings adapt too easily. Because because you got too much going, there's too much bombardment. I'm tired. I'm literally stressed. I'm tired. Okay, I just want to watch this. So I might not, but I'll go somewhere else. And then they kind of like do the same thing on another platform. But because you're used to that platform, you're just going to do it.
Yeah.
You're just going to subscribe to it. Because I was resistant to YouTube ads. But now I'm like, I can't go back. I had to get rid of the ads because I use YouTube a lot more than I used to. So now I had to subscribe.
It's only now like cutting back on everything, but YouTube got me. It was definitely over a year. I was paying them the $15.99. They got me on a trial. People get me on flipping trials.
That's what they
got
do.
Me on a trial, and I was literally like, I actually can't do ads until I had to do ads financially. It's like, it's okay. I can, that $15.99 could do something else. Like it's, and I wish it was a little bit cheaper because then I probably would be giving them my money. But it's just $15.99 is enough for me
It's
to
too
think.
much.
It's enough for me to think about. I can suffer a couple of ads, like really.
Honestly, it's too much. Because yeah. So, guys, terms and conditions, guys. And yes, Amazon Prime takes because the fact that you've got to rent in there as well, you can't just watch things.
It's wild. Amazon as a whole, you have literally all the money in the world. Why? Why still? And you don't even pay people properly. So like, it's actually crazy.
All right, so guys, that was big news, guys. Big news. Check your terms and conditions because God forbid anything happens, but if it does, you're not going to be able to sue in the same way that or in the way that you expect to be able to.
What?
Say that again.
Yvonne says a friend of mine has got YouTube without ads and hasn't paid in over 6 years.
How are we saying this on YouTube? I beg. No, we're not on. We can't. Shh, Yvonne, DM me. Shh.
I wish the ads are so jarring. It's annoying when you even go into something like they may be live and then you got to watch an ad before it will let you in. That pisses me off. That really does.
Yeah, VPNs and things like that. Do you know?
I haven't tried it.
Do you know what? Because it's the faff of it all, and if it doesn't work, because there's so many, you've got to really know what you're. Not that maybe you don't have to know what you're doing, but for me, like going out with the geek that I went out with, he is clued up to the hill. So it was just the way that his thing was set up. Maybe that scared me. It's set up like the Matrix. So it's a bit like I need that set up before so that I can go in incognito and do all of that stuff. I don't have the energy at the time. I need to find guys.
Yeah, quite a few people do have Fire Sticks.
They do. And the thing is, it's always that. Remember back in the day, it was like a chip box. You got a chip Sky box, and then you get everything.
That was the best. I mean, there do have a couple of friends that are still out here doing the chip Fire Sticks, but it's also not the.
It's not life, is it?
Yeah, no.
After a certain while, when you get, unless you have someone that knows how to just bypass, because there's always, no matter what, there's always a bypass. As much as they try, but it's difficult to find the right bypass. So in the end, they play on your like, you know what? I'm old, I'm grown. Even it feels a bit childish to be like yo, you got any dodgy TV?
It does. But it's when you say that you're paying. It was the other day somebody was round and I was just moaning about Sky.
And they're looking like you're dumb.
You still pay for Sky? And I was like, no, but we don't have it anymore because it was just too expensive. It's like,
I need to cut my Sky, but it's connected to my internet. It's just sitting here because every so often on a blue moon I might watch Sky, but we rarely watch our TV. I cast a lot. But Sky is just getting my money for fun, to be fair.
It was years of literally just getting money. I just noticed the boys were not watching it.
No.
Like they watch YouTube.
Yeah.
That's their thing. So it was just silly. They were just taking money.
It's true, Destiny Love Media Production. Never too old for a free thing. It's true. All right, so that's big news, guys. Absolutely big news.
Do we have time for one more? It's an hour and a half. Go on. What do you think?
I don't know. Where do you want to go? You pick one.
Shall I do Dr. Umar?
Go on.
Dr. Umar. I love Dr. Umar. He's always on my list as a good human being. This week, he decided to expose that Kamala Harris's campaign team had been in touch, and they were like, Kamala would really like an interview with you if you would partake in that. And there is payment. And he put the text messages all up on his page. You can look at it on Dr. Umar on Instagram. And he replied back, like, no payment. I wouldn't take your money, but I would gladly have a talk with her as long as I can talk with her freely and not have any stipulations in the conversation. And that it needs to be streamed in its entirety on a media platform that is trusted and like editing. Mm-hmm. So he left it there. Then he goes in on Steve Harvey and Smiley.
Yeah.
I'll play the video. It's classic Dr. Umar. It's funny, but I want to know your thoughts on it. Like, what do you think? Is he right or is he wrong?
Oh,
Black
Lord.
vote ain't for sale no more. Black vote ain't for sale. We bartering on business. We standing on business. Bring us some tangibles or get out of my face. Ricky Smiley, I love you. But crying on the radio for Kamala Harris, my brother, that's an all-time low. Don't do that again, Ricky Smiley. Don't you get on your radio show and cry for Kamala. Don't you do that, my brother. If you want to cry for Kamala Harris, if you want to cry for Kamala Harris, you do that in the privacy of your house. But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and I love you both, no hate to my big brothers. But if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Can we please be honest? Can we see? I want y'all to understand, overstand, and understand what King Kong is talking about. Y'all carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame black people into voting. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of the vote, but they being paid. Y'all being bought. They offer me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money, but we can definitely do the interview. They offer me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. Yes, we can do the interview. Keep your damn money. King Kong consciousness ain't for sale. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. Don't come to me with no propositions for money. I don't live for no money. I'm not one of these goofy ass rappers whose whole life is nothing but what you can buy and own. You dealing with real African DNA. This is real ancestral energy over here. I'm not no Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. You don't drop no check off and say, get the Negroes to the plantation on November the 4th. You don't drop no check off and say, get the Negroes to the plantation.
Okay. See, old dirty bastard is like, what the fuck?
It's real King Kong.
King Kong Gorilla. King Kong Garvey Gorilla. Silverback Gorilla.
God.
Yo, Uncle Dr. Umar. I mean, look, do you know what? It's such a, you know, Dr. Umar can be right. And then sometimes it's like, what do you want? Because yes, for sure, let's not be bought by any politician. Let's not fall for the okie doke that the Democrats are going to pave the way for blacks and make everything all right, because it's probably not going to be that. Manage your expectations. However, I don't know if we need prominent black people with platforms critiquing without full facts, right? I think because even Meek Mills has said he wants to have a word of Kamala and talk about the incarceration problem with black men. All these things, I think, yes, you can set your agenda, how this is what I want to speak to Kamala about. Mm-hmm. But to throw in some disrespect, some jokes, some disses, when we've had someone like Trump, who is still carrying favor with so many people, and his rights versus wrong are pale in comparison to, you know, his rights pale in comparison to his wrongs. Now is not also the time for this. But you want everybody to be woke. You want everybody to understand, like, we want you to understand what's at stake here. Don't just blindly usher Kamala in. But I think there's a way of doing it that's not helpful when you're just, I don't know. It's a sticky one still.
I mean, other than his repetition, the guy loves to repeat himself in phrase, but maybe it sits more in people.
It does. It's brainwash.
Yeah, but
Silverback Gorilla.
It's just like, I get what he's saying. I think definitely there shouldn't be any payments.
No,
that to me is, and there were so many people in the comments being like, of course they pay for interviews. And it's like, what are you talking about? This is the elections. Like, she shouldn't be paying people to talk to her, because how can they talk impartially when they have, really, you should just be dealing with journalists anyway.
Yeah.
So that they have that ethics. Like, I think it's all very suspicious, and I like the fact that he is like, I'm not going to take payment, and I don't want there to be editing, and I want it to be streamed properly if we're going to have this conversation.
Yes.
People shouldn't blindly give anybody their vote unless you are on the card with their agenda, because nobody else does. They don't blindly vote for anybody.
Yeah.
They have to have a payoff. So it's like, we can't just be like, oh, the fear of Trump coming in, so this is where we're gonna go, because we also, that doesn't mean that they ain't gonna come for you next because you were blindly supporting them, or just take you for granted. And then that other marginalized community, they're going to give them the best deals because they know we need them to vote for us, and so they do deals with them. Yeah. Like, it's like, we can't just be taken for granted, like, oh yeah, we're gonna do the okey doke. It's the same over here with Labour. They didn't even have to put a black woman on the cabinet.
No. And what they look,
people just blindly gave them their vote.
And look what Labour are doing. Keir Starmer's raiding the nail shops and the what do you call it, the car washes for illegal immigrants. He's carrying out a light Tory agenda. Anyway, I think this is what Ice Cube got into trouble for when it was Trump v. Hillary, because it felt like he was. It's just the timing of it, and I suppose this stuff needs to happen from way before. It can't not at crunch, because now everything's seen as crunch time. So anyone calling out anything just seems like divisive noise, and it's not helpful because everyone's too busy squabbling in the comments. Again, in the comments, like no, this, and the other. Or maybe all the noise is necessary. It's just it. I don't like to say it's dangerous, but it is for whatever side it is. It's dangerous when there's too much noise blurring the actual message. We want to clearly understand the Republicans' agenda. We want to clearly understand the Democrats' agenda. And I know, LS, earlier on you said you don't like us talking about American news, but this is what happens in America. Very much reflects itself over here. We are. You can't separate it because America is seen as the biggest power in the world.
It's not even seen as, it is.
It is. And
it is a superpower that affects the whole world.
The UK follows suit, and the UK is the quiet, silent assassin who has also got a superpower. It doesn't speak about it in the same way. Oh, we're just a little island. But the UK and America, you have to watch what's going on in America to know what's going to happen here. It's just a fact. But when it comes to politics, we can't ignore what's going on over there because it mirrors everything.
And nobody does. It always makes me laugh. The thing is, it's like when it's your home, maybe there is that myopic view of this is my home, and so it's our business. Yeah. But because America is a superpower and the world police, it's our business when something is going on over there, and it's not fair that we can't vote. Really, I also think there should.
You understand
when you are a superpower, that actually maybe there should be some way that because you're the world's police, we have a stake in this, because depending on who comes in power there, it shapes the world. And then the UK is your ally, backs up all the fuckeries that takes place.
Exactly,
we have to deal with it.
Exactly.
Well. So it's like we're all in this together.
Yvonne White, you're absolutely right. America sneezes, the UK catches a big cold. A big cold.
It's like you guys have an election. You're having your election. We were going to have an election as well.
Yeah.
It's like they have to do these things in tandem. It's so jarring, but elections affect economies. Yeah. So when you guys are having an election, our economy gets affected.
Yeah.
Because people are like, what's going to happen? How is the world going to change? And it's not just us, there's loads of different countries. All of your allies, basically, it affects our economies as well when something is going on over there. So do we actually want the other superpowers to come along and take over? Because if that takes
China's waiting in the wings.
I will have to move to China because you don't want to not be a superpower. That's the other thing.
That's
So
another
we're all complicit in this shit because we want it to change, but not seismically, unless we all decide we are going to have that revolution.
yeah.
We're not all on the same page as that. So we kind of have to try and have the best leaders in place.
And we need
to,
we need to be aware. This is why we have news on nonsense, because it's just like it's so easy for things to go over your head. It's so easy for us to be like, that's over there. It's not happening over here. But where the world leaders are so interconnected. And also, just anyway, back to the story. Ricky Smiley and anyone black, stop crying. I know you had a bit of a rant.
They keep on crying.
Van Lathan loves to cry. Stop crying. And it's not telling black men not to be emotional. I'm not saying that. Don't try it. I'm saying stop crying, because I get the frustration and the emotions, but in this moment, stop crying, because you're going to be let down even. Like, you can't. I understand Obama, first black president. I understand we were all caught up. Now we've been there, done that. Now's not the time to cry. You can be passionate, but let's just stop crying. I just don't need the tears, because they're not crying. They're not going to cry over you.
Ronald's saying, I don't understand the timings of your elections. It seems so random. You can have 4 to 5 years.
Yeah.
Basically. So I think depending on who's in and
how they get in.
When y'all are doing an election, they seem to kind of sometimes change it and what's going on.
Yeah.
And obviously this time with the Conservatives, because they had so many different leaders, it felt like we were always shifting, but it was still the same party. It's just they were a shit party and their leaders kept on getting voted no confidence. So what did we have in that one term? It was like 3 different prime ministers, but we weren't voting on them. That wasn't a public vote. It was the party.
Yeah.
That's why.
Jordan Parker 65 said, we cry over here. Sorry, but we do. What, please expand on that. What do you mean? Like, you guys are emotional, so that's why you're in touch with your emotions. I think it's more of a, I don't want your tears to be misused. I don't want their tears to be misused. Or it's not, like I said, it's not about crying and manning up in that respect. It's something about you're doing all of this to someone that could let you down. You can't cry for Kamala. So don't cry for Kamala. I don't mind you crying about the state of the world. I don't mind you crying that politics have frustrated you. I don't mind you crying because you're passionate about people voting. But don't cry for Trump. Don't cry for Kamala. I think that's my point. Do you get what I mean?
I think it's kind of wild that people really do have so much faith in politicians with the state of the world. It's like they literally show up their hand all the time. I don't understand where people are sharing forever. If people show you who you are, believe them. Apart from politicians.
Yeah.
It's like, can we believe them? They literally are psychopaths. And there would be no difference in her having psychopaths around her or being a psychopath. And so it's like, literally, like, can we at least try and shape the psychopaths that are running the world in some way? Like, demand some things, show our power in numbers. Like, she them even putting that term out there, like Mamala. She's not. She's literally amongst people that are killing folks daily, hundreds of people, selling weapons to other psychopaths. She's a part of that institution. She's not separate from it just because she's melanated. So it's like, why this man is crying about that is insane to me. He's not thinking, woe is me, what are they going to do to me and my folks? It's like we should be heralding this woman that she is the savior. Has she shown us that she's the savior yet? Then I'll start crying that, oh my God, a good one got through. We don't even know that.
Yeah. I think you're right. It's just so I'm just trying to think what people do, because I don't want this. Obviously, I think if I was American, I'd be voting Kamala. I would. I don't know. I wouldn't destroy the ballot.
I still need to know what they stand for, what they're going to push forward.
Or I wouldn't vote. It's true. I wouldn't turn up, because if I don't get that clear agenda, because she, and also for whether she's the right woman, whatever, she cannot, like, same way Obama struggled for when he did try for black folks. It just wasn't happening. You can't let there's not going to be a utopia for black people in America. There's not, because that's not how the Western world does not want empowered black people too much, because if we were empowered, oh my God, do you know what I mean? Like for real. That's why we just talked about the top of the story about Mpox, about monkeypox. The top of the story, they want to keep the black countries in their place, and then their citizens of the diaspora in their place. Because if black people connect in a real level and get in touch with who we really are, it's a wrap for the rest of it.
Yeah.
We just turn on that button, that memory button for all the colonialism, slavery, and shit they've done to us. They don't want us to really tap into that anger that we are due and justified to have. So you just have to, yeah. I think, yes, Dr. Umar, you're right. Speak up.
You have to.
I just don't want it to seem like, I think the other thing is, and though we just said the same thing, don't be crying. I think, can we have an agenda? Can you call people? Can you ask for the agenda without it looking like black people cussing? I think because it becomes manipulative. They become pawns. So just speak. Dr. Umar is saying, just guys, be smart. What is Kamala's agenda? I'd love to speak to her. You don't need to talk about Ricky Hart. You don't need to talk about Steve Harvey. Don't speak about anybody else. Speak about yourself.
But I think obviously he's playing media.
I know, but that's the problem.
You have to, because this is the way. This is why the dude's smart. Yeah, he literally is not a silverback gorilla. Like, he knows what he's doing to shake through. There has been people talking like him, if you take away the hyperbolic and performance of it, and nobody has given a shit. They don't get past having 10,000 followers. If they get deplatformed. He's playing a game, and he knows what he's doing. He will throw in celebrities' names. He will do repetition. He will beat his chest, because it gets through the noise, so people pay attention. But if you just pay attention to the top line of what he's saying, you can't blindly vote for a party that continuously does nothing for you. That's folly. And then they have an opposition that they say, so you rail against the opposition without actually getting anything. And nobody else does this, because they have more power economically, and so they will affect the higher ups. But we can't always be the pawns. Like, literally, we can't constantly be in fear.
Okay.
It's 100 years. Like, when are we going to shake out of the shackles and literally be like, no, we're not playing this game with you. There are actually third parties there. There are other people. Can we collectively rise above and start looking into what can we do, or move, or migrate, or shake things? Like, it's literally, we can't keep on going through the same rigmaroles for another flipping hundreds of years. It's like, there has to be a change.
I think you're right. I agree. However, is at this point, which is what I think, was it Scovia said, if we scroll back up? Oh yeah. Scovia says, so what's the answer here? If I was American, I'd vote Kamala. So you wouldn't vote Nana. But okay, so you wouldn't vote Nana and let Trump in. Because that is the reality of today. We know there's other parties.
I'm not in the fear of Trump or Kamala. So if she ain't offering anything to black people, no, I'm not going to vote for her. And if Trump is in, so be it, because they are literally the same thing. You're railing against something that they are offering you as an opposition. Is it truly an opposition? Has the world not been shifting in the same way, when it doesn't matter who is there, right, left? It's just the wheels of power will do what it is to stay in power, and they are both doing it.
That's the same as over here. It's more apparent.
It's exactly the same thing. It's like you have to rise above it.
Yeah, because our new Labour Party so far looks very conservative.
What's changed? And we're going to see in 4 years what will change. We're probably still going to be in a recession. They're still going to be coming after immigrants. They're still going to be putting up prices. They're still going to be paying people shit pay. We're going to be in the same thing. Nothing generally changes until people realize they give you an opposition to be scared of, which is the same hand. It's the same thing. And it's like, actually, truly think about how that is. And the fear of Trump They knew what they were doing when they elevated this man. They know what they're doing. He's just a puppet, like they all are, but there are other people running things. The fact that you can look at all the companies and it's literally like 6 families running the world. It doesn't matter who's there. It's like, when are we all going to wake up and be like, we have to take control of our lives? Really, it's not going to be because Kamala comes in that
it's going
to change in this world.
I think the conversation needs to start earlier, because I probably would fall for the okie doke and vote Kamala, like I said, or I would stay at home and then watch the votes and watch what's happened, and either cry because Trump got in, like, yay, Kamala's in. But I think it is definitely that Black people, and it's in the UK as well, from an early point. Don't wait for a disaster to happen. Don't wait for election day to then start campaigning. It's got to start from whoever gets in from now. You start galvanizing. You really start challenging, because either by the next elections you're ready to go, or there has been a third party candidate or fourth party candidate where we have shifted enough to say we're going to get behind this person, because we are in this world now where the internet has broken down barriers and has allowed for more information to be free, accessible. There is room for other candidates to get through. There's more reason or accessibility for other candidates to get through. So we do have to take a moment. I would, in the moment, vote for Kamala. I probably would, like I said. But we have to work. We have to work smarter, harder, earlier, not just wait. Oh, elections are coming. Now we're going to let people go door to door knocking for things. Because that's the part. It's like, you're just being taken for a ride. I don't even open the door anymore. My local
when they come in and start chatting.
Yeah, they like, oh, we're going to do this. I can't. I'm like, the other day I was like, slam the door. I opened the door and slammed it when they started talking, just to make a point. I want to hear your bullshit, because what we live in is shit in this area, no matter what. Andy Slaughter is our thinker MP. Can't stand that dude. Anyway, let's get some comments, because it's going off in there. It's going off. It's going off.
Okay, let me scroll up. All right. Okay.
Brown Sugar says,
which one? Go on, read it. See what.
Where does the notion that Kamala Harris isn't offering anything to Black people come from? Every time I hear that argument, because I'm frustrated every time I hear that argument, because her actual record tells you that she's for the people.
Let us know, and we'll read it out and share it. What has she got that she is going to be doing specifically for the Black community or foreign policy? Like, let us know what it is, because I've listened to her in 2 rallies, and it was general stuff that she was talking about. It wasn't like, you see how the Asians got their whole hate bill. It's like there was nothing that I heard from her rally speeches that was directly speaking to Black folks.
So what if then, because I think there was a problem with that. That's again what Ice Cube, I mean, he's not the only person, but specifically because Ice Cube got criticized a lot for speaking against Hillary or whatever. But what of the social initiatives that benefit maybe a different group, but then everyone will be affected, everyone will benefit from it. If it's being driven by another group that's not Black, what about those kind of initiatives?
You know what it is? It's that cloaking in, like, you can't
be just Black. It can't be about Black people.
But to other people, it can be targeted to them. Is that not anti-Black? No, it would hold back on that language. Like, you can't just say this is going to help Black people, because literally they have been the backbone of this country and oppressed, being redlined. So we have to do something for them.
However,
that language,
However, if we know the world the way the world is, and we know that the America is how America is, the UK is how the UK is, we know that when you get too Black, all the guns are pointed at you, all the governments point, everything is shut down. So then, if you can usher things in through other groups that aren't as offensive or scary to the establishment, and then Black people benefit from those things, what about that? what if the leader, if Kamala is the one that's like, okay, I know that I can't say this is for black people, because people will get scared and will be like, for black people, it will be more of a pushback if they put out this is the black agenda than this is the any other group agenda. And because it affects everybody in that space, then black people will benefit for the moment, whilst we're figuring out how to galvanize properly.
I don't get what your question is.
Is it a question or is it a statement? It is like, isn't it just, wouldn't it be then more, if you're thinking smart as a leader, if you're a leader of color, let's say, and you're trying to get people behind you because you know that if you go in with a, this is black, this is for the black people, it's not going to get you any favors, and it's probably going to get you either not voted in or taken out sooner. So then you put out policies that affect other marginalized groups where you know that black people will benefit. Isn't that a smarter way to do things? Because no matter what, at this point in time, it's black people is a scary monster in the room to Western rule, to governments. Do you get me? So then,
okay, but then nothing ever changes.
No,
it doesn't change. It's not a smarter way. It's just the underhanded. It's not even underhand. It's just, no. But it's the honesty in it, the integrity in what you're doing, the actual reparations of it all. If it has to be disguised, then it's not.
I'm not saying it has to be, but in the moment when you're like, you know, we need to win, we need to get these things. So in order for society not to implode, because the other party is going to literally make us implode under, say, okay, we're just doing Trump Kamala. If under Trump, there's no any group's not getting anything. Everyone's going to get shut down. Whereas actually, at this moment, I know that I can't say it's a black thing, but what I can say is this group thing, and it's this and this and this, and the world doesn't implode under our rule because of this for now. And then it is like, as you're saying, once this person is in, then you kind of figure out how to galvanize, because things won't change, but things aren't changing either. So when does it? Do you know what I mean? It's like
but you're treating it like there's somebody that has the black agenda as they want to push it. There isn't.
No, there isn't.
That's the point. Like, so what are we supporting here? As I said on the show, are we supporting the slow burn or the fast burn?
Or
it's still a burn. So it's like, I guess it's one of those. It's like, are you? As being said, it's all shit, isn't it? You're picking your poison.
You're picking your poison.
You're still not going to win unless you are backing a winner. And what that will take to back a winner, they're not. Maybe there isn't enough people that are seeing the shit that it is. So you've just got two shit people and you're arguing over two shit people because one of them can't talk properly. Before, there was two shit people that you could obviously see. You could see a senile man and a clown. And they decided, this isn't, people are seeing this ruse. Let's remove the senile man and put in a woman of color. And that's going to look how people were galvanized.
Okay.
It was literally the VP. It's the same shit, no? She was there with him.
So Ronald Dobbins is saying the Biden administration tried to give payments back to black farmers who had been discriminated against. The Supreme Court shut it down. Sakisha Moraine says, yes, like Obamacare, it impacted blacks and lots of others as well. Biden and student loan forgiveness. Republicans have been fighting it, but my loans and many friends and families' loans were too. So, and again, I just want to caveat, we are from the UK. I don't know all the policies. I can't speak blindly whether who for or against or anything. I don't know all the facts. So I have seen that Biden, Obama, the Democrats have tried to do some things. And I always say that the Supreme Court and a lot of things that Obama tried to put forward was shut down because of a right-wing Congress, right? I've got my wording right?
So in his first 4 years, it wasn't. They had the House as well, but not too much was pushed through. And then in the second 4 years, they did lose it. And so it was harder to push it through. But in the same way when Trump was there. So again, it's like, what's the agenda then? What's the mindset? When the Republicans come in, they seem to line things up to move things faster. When the Democrats come in, they don't seem to do that. Is this not the same agenda? Because you only have two hands. So they're working on polls. This is literally like the way of the world as it's set up here. You give people polls. You give a good cop and a bad cop. They are working together. They know what they're doing. So you're still being set up. When are we going to be like, we're going to kick this all out? We're not playing this game of good cop, bad cop, because we know what you're doing. We know that you do this hand in hand with each other. We know that you are keeping this white supremacist structure in place so that none of us can truly elevate. We know what you're doing. Jordan, and it doesn't matter if they're melanated or not. It's
I get that. The blackness of Kamala isn't the thing, even though it's the thing, but it shouldn't be the thing. It should be her policies. It should be absolutely her agenda and policies. Jordan Parker 65 says, is there someone in the UK backing a black agenda? Hell no. It's even worse over here. It's even worse over here. We're not galvanized remotely. We're too fractured.
It's probably about the same. The difference over here is where it's not like a one black. You call yourself indigenous as well now. So there's not a indigenous black setting, it's black set of people. There are more people who will be like, I can leave here though.
Yeah, we have too much. We are a lot more connected to our home culture, whether you're African or Caribbean. We have a lot more communities in that base rather than a homogenous black British. It's coming, but again, America, that whole thing, we're behind you on that. So
on all of the things, on gangs, on colors, it's all of the same thing. It transports, because your media is our media. We were brought up in the same way, and it's the same types of systems. And that's when actually you really get out of, what do we do? Why are we trying to comply with the rat race here in the West, which we're set up to fail? Maybe we need to collectively be thinking of other ways out of this.
I think, because you say that a lot, and I agree with the alternative. It is very difficult to be that rebel, or they make it. No, it is difficult. I'm not going to say that they make it. It is difficult. It's difficult because when you are the rebel, you're the first to get killed. You're the first to have stuff. So it's like there's a lot. The world is set up where it's not easy to be the rebel. It's not easy to see what's right before you. It's not easy to take the green pill, the red pill, blue pill. I want to take the green pill. You take the green pill, you're probably going to die. So that's what makes it difficult. So that's why people are really trying to figure out how to make the best of a bad situation. So it's not, I guess I'm giving people some rest, like a bit of space to breathe.
I'm not even, it doesn't do anything, does it? If you're, as I always say, if you're central to a thing, it doesn't actually shift anything.
No, it's true.
So there has to be an absolute opposition to this. There has to be like a real railing against it. Is why, I understand. I'm here too.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally, I'm here. I'm paying my bills. I'm in it. It's just to think that a government is going to help me in any way, to me, is folly. It's like, why? They haven't done. That's my position on it. So then I have to think, it could be my lifetime. I give it here for my kids. But they need to know the world is changing at such a rapid rate here. You have to be thinking where you're going to move to next. You have to. The same way my mum was like, how Ghana is in independence and the way the world is changing, I need to leave Ghana and come here. It's the same type of thing. We have to be thinking, where are we going to go to where we can thrive? Because at this point, my growth is stunted here. Where my mum came from to come here and how she grew, I don't have those same opportunities here. So then maybe there is somewhere else that I need to go. I can't be tied down to a system, a government, a country that does not celebrate, appreciate, but actually hates my blackness. That's crazy to me.
There's that. Thank you, Empress Horton. I love the commentary too. It's very good. And thank you, Scovia, Portia. Riveting conversation tonight. I love it. This is good. This is why we're here. So I wanted to go to someone said about the UK. If the UK has our media, they should be familiar with the issues here. It doesn't seem so. Are you saying, Jordan, that we don't know what we're talking about? But we get the blowback. And what Nana's saying, she's not alone in the UK saying that. There's definitely Black Americans that feel the same way. Charlemagne the God is very, as contrarian as he is, he's very much unapologetically pulling back the layers and making and challenging people to think, where sometimes people think he's advocating for Trump, but what he's saying is similar to what Nana is saying, is like, don't just blindly follow someone. Look at the policies. It's not whether Kamala's black or not, it's what are the policies. And a lot of you guys are saying all the things that the Democrats have done, and if that be the case, then you know who you're voting for, because you've got to be convicted in your voting. You cannot just blindly vote because Kamala's black, can't vote because she's a woman, can't vote for Trump because he makes you laugh, and he's a convicted.
We've had a prime minister.
Stupid reasons. If
You're
going to vote,
prime minister because people found him charismatic and funny.
Exactly.
He was an absolute clown.
We had
bombing places. Like it's
Boris
like we here too.
Boris Johnson, our former leader, because he had messy hair, similar to Trump, messy hair, and acted like a fool, he was voted in, and people thought he was funny, and then he destroyed the country. So, I think the overarching thing is really be convicted in what you're voting for. Really understand and think about a way out, because I would love to. I'm thinking about living in Ghana. I'd like to live in Ghana. There's issues there, but it's more black people, I guess.
Yes, this is exactly it, Sakisha. Exactly that. Everybody should be doing their research. Yes. Everybody should be absolutely advocating for their lives and their families' lives, and thinking about who is the best for that. And it may not be the big two. There are other ways out of this. Like there are other factions. But if people just blindly get swayed by media and like frenzy, the world doesn't change. Like realistically, all big movements of change that have taken place, that have shifted societies, it happens small, it happens grassroots, it happens in your neighborhoods. Like this, we're not standing for it. There usually is an element of resistance, if not always. And at this moment in time, I feel we're all very complicit and subdued in this is the way of the world, and they're able to sway us. And pull us here and be and trap us in fear. Like, no, I can't stand up. I can't talk about this because what will people say? And what's the backlash? Fuck all of that. Literally, we're all being fucked over. Like, can we wake up to it? And maybe this is the rebellious side of me. Maybe you need the harshness to be like, this is fucked and we got to do something about it. But when you have that kind of soft pedaling to the same end, we become complicit to it. And just very comfortable. Maybe we need to be uncomfortable.
It's difficult. We do need to be uncomfortable because it's like that's why because I agree with you. I got the however because it's the complicitness. It's like I want to wake up tomorrow and just get on with my life. But the world is being destroyed in front of our faces, and it's a two-hander. It changed. We've had Democrats, we've had Republicans, and you're right. Republicans are speedballing it. So Jordan Parker 65 is again saying, do you get that that's a vote for Trump because he is a felon and a rapist? He said he wants to be a dictator. I am so confused. By the way, nobody here, I haven't heard Nana say it, and I'm definitely not saying it, is advocating for anybody to vote for Trump. Trump is a devil. We all know this.
Yeah.
It's do your research. That's all. And really understand. And if you're going to vote for Kamala, which again, no one's telling you to do anything in that respect, do your research is the main thing that we're both saying. But if you're going to vote for Kamala, make sure that at the top of you guys' agenda, if you can vote, is making sure that the black, whatever represents you, whatever matters to you, you're down there. Because I think they were saying that, guys, Americans, correct me, that it's about your local elections. It's those are the important ones. Your state, please correct me, because I'm probably getting it wrong. It's about your local government that you need to really be focused, because that's where things are more effective than the bigger government. Please, I think I heard someone saying that. And no, I'm not, Charlemagne's not your guide, but he is throwing his hat in the ring and making sure that black people are thinking, whether you like him or not.
He's influential in some circles, the same as Amanda Seales is, and she's saying pretty much the same thing. And
Dr. Umar.
Last elections, it's really funny following Amanda for so long. And when she was really railing against people with Hillary, when it was like there was loads of other voices saying, yeah, but what is Hillary doing? What is she going to do? Look at her track record. Like, just talking. Like, this is what you should be doing anyway, is having discourse, is discussing ideas. Like, what could we shape our future? What do we want our politicians to be doing? She was gung-ho gunning people, blocking people for having that conversation. This time around, because life is different and we all grow at different rates, and she's seeing it when she did the documentary with a lot of the politicians and sees a lot of the bullshit on the other side, like literally. And then you can see all the funding, the lobbying, how your hands can be tied when you're there because you can't do things as well when you've got to follow a party line. She also is saying the same thing. We literally have to be bolder. We have to scream louder. We have to demand things. And maybe this system that we're all participating in, we need to try and reimagine it so that it's different and it helps all of the masses and not less than 1% of people.
Maya, hi Maya, MNS. She says, yes, local, city, county and state elections are much more important, but they go unnoticed because a lot of times people have no idea who the candidates are. Same as the UK.
So
literally
for a boys club,
same.
You can hand over a baton, and because you know that same 5,000, 10,000 people that do vote are going to vote the same ways, and then you'll get in and they can switch things and nobody is being held accountable.
Yeah.
It really is important. Like, actually, I was looking on my council website at just when their meetings are. I made a conscious effort. I'm going to start going and being a pest in a room because our rubbish collections are shit.
Yeah.
It's like there's so many vagrants around at this moment in time and not enough police, and it's not safe for my kids to just play in front of my house.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like these things. So it is like, while I'm here, I'll be a nuisance then while I'm here.
The thing is, I used to be such a nuisance to my council. I used to be such a, like, hold on, what's going on? And on to them. Life. And this is where big government, small government, it matters, because the way that now I'm trying to figure out how to run a business as a Black woman in this country that doesn't give like loans or support or business support when you're a certain age, all these type of things are playing into me being a business owner. So I don't even have the time or the wherewithal to get on the phone to my council. I've had a broken sink thing area in my kitchen for like 3 months now. Before that would never happen. I would have had them down here. I just don't have time. Outside of my building, we have birds' excrement building up. I was onto them. They used to clean it. Now it's worse. Like, they play on the fact that we're apathetic. They play on the fact that we're too tired, too broke, too tired, too angry, too depressed.
Just like that.
And that's the thing. But you do need to be on your locals, because if your locals are the ones that are hands-on. They're the ones that get bothered. Your actual people that run in the country they don't get bothered the way your locals do. Mate.
Definitely.
Oh, have the aunties frozen? Destiny? I don't know. Guys, let us know. Destiny Love says that we've frozen.
It looks like it's flowing for here. Melanie Jackson says, people treat Black people like we're stupid. We are the only reason that civil rights, LGBTQ plus rights, women's rights exist. We know how to pick our candidates.
It's that.
Sometimes, yes. But
it is that, because other groups are more, I think, then again, I'm going to give us grace, which is not an excuse. It's more like, comparatively, and it's happened mostly in America, comparatively, what other marginalized groups' leaders have been assassinated in the way that, or targeted in the way that Black leaders have been, just as because the brainwash or the narrative that if you even dare, because even me saying it, that when Black people get together and there's a fear of it, we have, and then I guess for us being African, we know that in Africa, any progressive leader gets taken out, gets super bothered to the point where they end up taking the money and become corrupt. So anytime,
sorry, way too often. That happens way too often.
So that's the thing that keeps Black people quite fearful of galvanizing. And that, I don't know.
What is Jordan saying? Please stop.
What's Jordan? Okay. What's up? Are you angry with us, Jordan? I don't know. Okay. Robert Dobbins says the Republicans targeted local elections a decade ago. That's why there are so many Republican governors and Republican majority legislatures. Yeah. Yeah,
it's a long lead campaign, isn't it? Like everybody sets that out, but they're always watching rhythms and swings, and basically trying to remain in power in any way, shape, or form. But it's like that's the rail against. Really, what are we even arguing about? It's like it's just power. I am more firmly against the power structures that we have in place at this moment in time. But if you want to believe that your voting does something, do it. It really is up to you. It's like it's a part of your reality. If it's like it shapes, you think that Kamala is the hope, and she may be for 4 years. Who knows? Isn't it? It's like it's for you to take the gamble on what you want to do with your life. Like,
hold on, Americans, if Kamala gets the 4 years, I know it's an 8-year term, can she?
You have to get re-elected for your second.
No, I get it, but can she run again because she hasn't done 8 years? Do you know what I mean? Can she run
as a VP? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It would have been the same.
No, because I know Biden can go because that would have been his final term. But it's not about the Democrat; it's about the person, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's about the person. Okay, I just for a second I had a brain fart. Yeah, she can run again. That's what I was wondering. I went Democrat term rather than. Yep. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, 8 years. I mean, there is that thing, even like with the whole dictatorships, just in terms of how long it would take you to truly effectively change under the systems that they have.
It'll take
like one person. They say it's probably like about 15 years, and you see that with the Conservatives here. You see how they usually have like a good 15-year run, and then they do things, and then Labour will come in, and you may get like 4 years, 8 years, and then it goes back to them again. It's like so I guess, let's say they are really two different entities and you were planning it strategically, you would set things in place so that you could have a longer run to do what you needed to do, because then people are going to be so frustrated and they'll swing the other way. But it's just a game of polls, which is just the same beam. So why don't we change it?
But that is also why people are so against Trump getting in, because of Project 2025, because what I've read is that if Project 2025 is activated, it's going to take longer to undo because of all the things. So that's why, again, Kamala is key, because if that gets in, the world is fucked in a much more serious, longer term way. So for that, I definitely understand. If it's like, if Kamala's the block to that, then I'd rather that slow burn. But it's something that can't be undone. I don't understand what can't be, because to me, it's like once you're in power, this is the part where power plays the game with your brain, because like once you're in power, you should have the power to just turn things off. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So
it shouldn't be that, okay, something's been put in place, we come in, I don't agree with that, so I can't do it. But I guess then it's like we literally push the pull. You can vote, you can't vote, you can do this, you can't do this. Every 4 years it changes, or every however our elections work. It's
how it goes though, because so you have this project in place, like you have this idea of where you're going. Now, on the conspiracy theory streets, this was probably from 2019.
Yeah, it's been in place.
It was happening. Now you've had the Democrats in. Why is it only in this last election cycle are they talking about Project 25? Why was that not something continuously you are telling people that we are railing against this, that the Republicans are bringing in? And you ran with this whole agenda that they have. The manifesto is out there, been out there for years, but only in this is why now? Why is it just in the last few months that this has been like properly out there in the zeitgeist, that most normal people now know of this project idea, whereas lots of people in the conspiracy, you can call just underground, talking with each other, we're like, this is the world agenda. This is what they're trying to do. This is why Elon Musk is going to be buying Twitter. Like they're going to be shaping
power communication tool. Yeah.
Facebook buying up everything. Like this is what they are all actively going towards. And we're here now. It's either you're going to slow it down, or it's happening. It's happening.
In theory, like back to Disney Plus and the terms and agreements, none of us should be on of these things. we should not be as connected as we are. As much as a gift to be able to be connected and get more information, it's a hell of a curse because we are definitely data for them. We shouldn't be on any of these apps. We shouldn't be talking about this even now.
Dr. Umar and his school is actually like
there. It's there. He
it's
just
there,
needs
and I think maybe the last thing I saw, he was saying it was next year it was going to open.
Yeah, I saw that. So let's see, because let's see. He's got a lot to prove with this damn school. If you check his last conversation on the Breakfast Club, his most recent one, he was talking about it. So you will see what he said. He's like, next year, we've got the school, we've got the things, and now we're just going to open, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that, and it's going to be ready. I saw someone else is opening a school. Dr. Dre and the music guy that he works with, the white guy, they're opening a school. Apparently,
Dr. Dre.
Guys,
I mean, yeah, she may be the lesser of the two evils.
This is big news.
How it goes. That's all you can do at this moment in time. I'm just like, let's just see how it goes and be aware of.
You have to be smart.
The patterns and how it goes, and sometimes we gotta be aware to think, I don't want to be trapped here and I've got to move. But literally, when superpowers are changing, and this is the times that we are living in, superpowers are changing over hands. That will happen. It doesn't. However long America and the West managed to hold on to this shift, it probably is going to shift because it always has. There's always a change, and we just may be the humans that are about to live through it. But when the East starts to take over, we've got to think about what China's agenda actually is and how we're going to fit into that. Because again, they are in Africa, they're in the Caribbean, they flipping, everybody owes them money. We don't know what their rule is going to be like.
And we have to also understand what will never, ever, ever change is Black people. We shift culture. They look to what we're doing. We're never in control of it. We're never in control of our source, our actual human source. What we do for the world, we're never in control of it. And that is something that we really have to understand and figure out how to do better with our power, because we really aren't. Everything we do.
Yeah, it's been a while. When's it going to be our turn again?
Mate, we can't talk about it. When is it? Was it in September when we get our superpowers every
December the 21st.
There we go. That day, we've got to go and touch a tree, touch grass, touch a tree. That's really, because I bet you touch grass, touch a tree. The tree will talk to you. You'll get some information.
Oh no way! Are we at 2.5 hours again?
We said we were going to do an hour and a half today. You guys, here. Well, this has
a touch on Matthew Perry, but you know,
we might be back tomorrow.
No,
Sunday. We might be back on Sunday.
Yeah. Sunday 8:00. We can't tell them mine. Are we doing it or no?
Said it. Oh, okay. Yes, we'll be back on Sunday.
We're back on Sunday at 8 p.m.
Go through the rest of the stories that we have, because you guys, you can't be here all night.
No, I don't.
8 p.m. on Sunday for more news and nonsense.
We got a lot of stories on the dock to go through as well. Yeah. And also, if you guys see any that you want us to discuss as well, just DM us or tag us on the post as well on TikTok or Instagram.
Yeah, and let's run through what we've got for you. We have Labrish every day, Monday to Thursday at
1 p.m.
Then we have Your Aunties Could Never, the main show on Thursdays.
Probably going to be Friday.
Yeah. And then we have News and Nonsense, most definitely every Friday at 8 p.m. And we're going to kick off and see how we go with Sundays at 8 p.m. as well. Don't forget to DM us with your news stories.
Can't be this Sunday. Well, next Sunday. Because that's Carnival.
Oh, shoot. So look, Sundays will be ad hoc. If we have too much going on, then we will come and do a Sunday. Let's give a little breather. We've got to figure it out. But we'll definitely be here on a Friday. Was that the right necklace? I don't know. This is
Oh, he said a website that you could look at
Oh, did you?
in the chat.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, actually, like on
I didn't see it.
Drop
Send
a
me,
message on a
drop the
thing.
link here if I can get it. I didn't see it because but this one is one and like, can you see? She's got a bikini on. It's made out of like pearl and another stone, so it definitely isn't a commercial piece. But yeah, but let me see that.
To see, I can't remember. I'll see if I can find it and then I'll send you because
Alrighty, we've got to go.
anything funny to close with.
Oh, you're trying it, Yvonne.
She's good, you know. She's good. She's good.
Yvonne! Okay, there's the Guinness World. Okay, I had this stupid story. I do want to always include a weird story from around the world, right? There is a woman who, from Texas, another American story. Sorry, Ella, I'm really killing it here with America. A woman in Texas's tongue is the world's widest at 3.11 inches. There's a picture of her.
Let me find the picture.
Brittany Lacayo has earned a Guinness World Record for having the world's widest tongue.
How big is this? Oh God,
3.11 inches. Put the picture up. How big is your tongue, guys?
Like, I need to see her normally, like
Get rid of it.
in her mouth, like it's.
Oh my God.
That is gross.
That is gross. I've lost you. I can't see you. I don't want to see this tongue anymore. Yeah, 100% yuck.
I'm saying, did anyone see Ray Gunn's husband breakdance?
Yep, I did. Them two need to be gone. They need to be gone. They need to go. Don't get me started. You guys just want me to shout again, don't you? Want me to rant?
No, the corruption of it. Like he was on the picking, like the team.
Yeah. And she's crying. She's crying mental health. She's saying, "I've never been this. I can't." She's definitely not any progress on this week's Your Aunties Could Never, because she
definitely is. She
definitely is. Yeah, 100% liberty. I can't.
Hey, Melanie joined up. Thank you. Welcome to the family.
Hi, Melanie. Welcome to the family. Okay, I've got to think of a family welcome song. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our new members. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our new members. How does that sound?
Oh, thank you, Melanie. Thank you. Thank you for joining in the discussion as well.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much.
That's amazing. We are going to be doing membership lives when Farah gets back. We'll work out a schedule and then we'll put it out there, and you guys can again, and that will be free flowing. You just jump on the live with us.
We'll just chat.
We will chat. It will literally just be a chit chat session. You can come with your dilemmas or whatever you want, or scenarios that you've seen, and we will wax lyrical about it.
Oh God, I hate wax lyrical.
Why? I love the term wax lyrical.
The thing is, I love hip hop. As you see, I'm gonna rotate through my source magazines I've had. This is a 2004 edition with Old Dirty Bastard on the top, on the front. Rest in peace, Wu-Tang Forever. I am such a hip hop person. Yes, sorry, someone you did ask this earlier on. Auntie Farah is having a whale of a time in Grenada. It looks beautiful. She's played mass. She's gone to waterfalls. She's looking golden with her family. She's having a great time. If you go to her Farforce on Instagram, she's giving you all the updates.
She's been very, very good social media wise. Like better than when we were away.
Hey.
We weren't great. Farah has literally posted.
We had internet issues. The whole internet got shut down when we were in Ghana. And we went at waterfalls.
We definitely wasn't at waterfalls.
I beg. Relax us, me.
Oh, there we go.
Sup Silver.
Yes.
I don't know who was worse. What happened? Oh, the husband and Rhaegar. I hate that. I get away. Go away, that woman.
They're the same, you know, because when you see like a few of the husband's videos, because I did go and watch some more from that place that they go and dance, everybody's terrible. It's like the terrible dancers club, like the Glee club of dancing. Very strange.
Awful.
But, you know, I've also seen some brilliant breakdancing videos as well. So
No, but I mean, they literally the men's for sure were amazing. I'm not sure, Ronald. I'd have to look through it. I've seen a lot of large short hair female body pendant.
Sup Silver. Could be.
Yeah, it feels like it's not a black shot for sure. I don't think.
Destiny, they picked themselves. Imagine that. But this is the world that we live in.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, guys, they picked themselves indeed. Any other? That's it.
So we have Miss Ross signed up for membership again. Shantae has been a member for 2 months. Mo Beezy is a new member, and Melanie is a new member. Oh, family!
Welcome to the family, new members. Welcome, 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 new members.
Look at that. And you guys have caught us. We're still on here at 2 hours and 30 minutes.
Guys, it's got to go up on the internet wave on our podcast. It's going to be very long. They're going to be like, "Why are they talking forever?" Do you know what it was? Politics always gets you. I think we've lost Jordan. We've made them mad. I don't mean to put like I'm the Miss Diplomat. I'm definitely agree with what Nana says, but I also understand it's difficult to change your thinking. Guan, Auntie AK, all we need is Nana and Farah to sing and we'll have the aunties chorus. We're actually called Aunties with Voices, AWV.
We are.
Coming to a town near you soon.
Very soon. We actually are, though, we are going to have a monthly residency in Brixton in London. So even any of you Americans, if you are visiting London, we are going to be starting that September. We're going to be there September, October, and November. Last Thursday of the month. And it's going to be, we're shaping the show, but it's going to be a really fun evening that you could use it as like a date night, like a
definitely
party, like just a little like girls get together. It's going to be super fun.
Grown folks as well, I mean, everyone's welcome, but it's just there's nowhere for grown folks to go anymore. Come and see the aunties. Hi, Jordan, you're still here. Okay, I thought hello, Saf. Yeah, discourse, disagreements, and dialogues is healthy. It's so healthy. You get closer.
It is. It's what's needed. Yes, Mia, it is exciting. As soon as we get the media done, me and AK just need to work on that. We will have it all out there. Brixton at Market House last Thursday of the month from September.
Yeah.
You can come and chill out with the aunties. It'll be a wicked night. I can't wait.
Other news for Londoners, those of you who are into film, I am co-founder of a film festival called Soul Fest. It will be taking place at the BFI South Bank from Friday the 30th. I'm going to get my date. Friday the 30th of August until Sunday the 1st of September at the BFI South Bank. We're going to be, I don't know what's been announced, but we're definitely opening with Sing Sing, a beautiful, powerful film about these men in prison, and they pass their time away putting on a play and the things that happen to them there. It's a brilliant, beautiful film starring Coleman Domingo. We love Coleman. Yeah. We're also going to be showing Jussie Smollett's new film, The Lost Holiday.
Really?
And we are going to have Jussie and Vivica Fox, A-Fox, in town in London.
Jussie Smollett is going to be in town.
So go to the BFI website, look for Soulfest. Tickets, I don't know if Jussie Smollett's film's on sale yet, but tickets are on sale. We have a shorts program, which is going to be good. And we have our short film awards, and we've got some other exciting stuff happening. So Brixton is a monthly show, but at the BFI at Market House. That's going to be our new monthly show. September, October,
November.
And then if you're into film, come down to Soulfest at the BFI South Bank. That will be the 30th of August until the 1st of September. And come and see some great films where you will be possibly bumping into Jussie Smollett and Vivica A. Fox, the acting legend.
Wicked. Okay.
A lot of stuff.
All right, that's good. That's good. We do really want to do a show in America at some point. Definitely.
Yeah.
We would love to be at Essence next year for Essence in New Orleans. We definitely want to do that as well.
Yeah.
So we're trying.
Yes, if you follow the British Blacklist, that's my platform. There's lots of information about Seoul Film Festival, and most definitely when we go do our lives at Brixton House, that will be on your aunties could never on Instagram. You'll get all the information there. So follow the British Blacklist, follow Seoul Film Fest, and follow your aunties could never for all the information of all the things.
Yes.
And put the like button and share this and become a member. Tell your friends and your family and your cousins and your girlfriend and your ex and those of you who are cheating, go and tell tell the person that you're cheating with to stop cheating with you, but sign up to the aunties.
Oh, Ronald is saying Kamala's VP will be here in Omaha, Nebraska tomorrow. I got an invite, but I have something else that I have to do.
Oh, Tim Walls is coming. Are you from Omaha, Nebraska? Wow. Okay.
What I have not heard of any of those terms. I've heard of Nebraska, but not Omaha.
Yes, of course you've heard of Omaha.
No, why would I?
I don't know. I'm very American. I'm secretly American, to be fair. I grew up so it was annoying. It's like ridiculous. I grew up so immersed in Black American culture. It's ridiculous. Like
who was from Omaha?
No one. I just know about Omaha.
Oh.
I just know things about America.
Thank you, Mia. Thank you. Mia says, thank you. You're both such a blessing. Thank you.
Thank you. I was having a shitty day, so that's good to know. This is a very laughing moment. Thank you.
Oh, shitty. Well, we all have shitty days.
Yeah, it's a shitty day, but this is very good.
Good. No, it's always fun. I do love a good old debate.
Debates are healthy. Debates are healthy. Can I ask my daughter a question about did I say I was going to ask her?
You wanted to ask about the care situation, like a child being taken.
Have you seen the story about the girl that? Yeah. So what's the situation? How is this the thing that's? I know. Okay, I'm not going to get my child to incriminate herself.
I was literally just about to say I don't think she could probably talk about it.
But she said.
Talk about it in a very gentle time. It's not patient or person.
Okay, go ahead.
But
I'm going to verbate.
no, sorry. Basically, in terms of how easy it is to get a child taken away from a mum.
In terms of how easy it is to get a child taken away from their mum.
It's not as easy as them just walking in.
It's not as easy than just walking in and taking a child. There has to be
a warning process.
A warning process.
A behind the scenes. There has to be
Okay, come and put your face in the camera.
I'm gonna put my face in the camera.
She's got her bonnet on. But basically, she's saying that it's not as easy. It's not as straightforward as that. So this girl, do you think that?
I think there's previous safeguarding issues with the mum, because you can't just walk in with the police and say we're taking the child off you.
Pause. So she's saying there possibly were previous safeguarding issues with this. This is all allegedly and speculation. We don't know, but from what is understood, that there's possibly how things go. You can't just walk in and say we're taking your baby. There has to have been previous safeguarding issues.
Unless even if you're witnessed to be smoking, taking medication, even if you're witnessed doing something, it'll be addressed to you by somebody to say that you've taken drugs. Why are you taking drugs?
Before they take the baby. Okay. Yeah. So do you know what? As we did say, there has to be, we do need, this is horrible what's happened, but there's possibly other things that we don't know that weren't apparent on the video, but that does not excuse what's happening.
Another update.
Has there been another update?
No, there's nothing else on there. But if there's more that comes along, we definitely will keep this discussion going on Sunday.
Yeah.
And I'll keep on looking if there is any more updates that come through. Because the mother is in contact and definitely is getting help from quite a few people.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, the King's College. Thank you, Yvonne. That's what we just went back to that because my daughter works for the NHS and just getting some kind of authoritative input.
Oh, look at that. Bardi Gang says, I haven't been commenting a lot today, but I have been enjoying listening whilst I've been cooking. Perfect.
What were you cooking? Because I'm hungry.
Oh, okay. So Ronald says, I live in the Blue Dot. Look it up. I definitely will.
Now that I haven't heard of, not the Blue Dot. I've heard of Omaha, and I've heard of Nebraska. Nebraska sounds cold.
It does, but I
Because of
think that's
Alaska.
quite similar to Alaska, isn't it? That in the name terming. I've definitely sent things off to Nebraska, but
Somewhat. Oh,
I
stuff.
was shipped all over America. I think there was only one area when I used to go through my heat map. Was it Alaska? I think I hadn't sent anything to Alaska, but yeah.
All right, guys.
Look, all right.
We've got a photo shoot tomorrow, so we have to sleep and look pretty.
Yes, we're a part of a new campaign. Once it comes out, we'll announce it to everybody as well.
And look, I look tired.
Gotta get some sleep. I keep on forgetting we've got that. I want to wash my hair. Let's see.
All right, guys.
Okay. Thank you.
Good night.
Thanks all so much. We will see you on Sunday at 8 p.m.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Bye.